It's the Bassmaster Elite at Lake Champlain, being brought to you live by Skeeter Boats.
We're ready to go with day number 2. And listen, this place right here, Lake Champlain, for decades has been one of the primo spots on earth to hold a top-level bass fishing tournament. Has that changed here in 2020 as we hit the 4th stop of the year for the Bassmaster Elite Series? No, if anything, I would say it's gotten even better. If yesterday is any indication, we are in for a gigantic good time today. The higher that sun gets up in the sky, the more fish they start catching. Tommy Sanders here with Mark Zona. Absolutely no complaints about day number 1.
Oh, yeah, we're live, my friend. And here's the best way to put it. Whenever you come to Lake Champlain, you had better lay down 18 pounds because I'm going to tell you, watching the weigh-in yesterday with Dave Mercer, there was a few anglers that laid down 17 pounds, and they were shell-shocked and have a lot of work to do to get back into our top 20.
Well, that's one of the headlines. Everything is so tight. There is so little room in that leaderboard in between weights and places. Man, 1 pound can mean a world of difference. Let's take a look at some of our weights from day number 1. The 2 guys who were the stars on the St. Lawrence, Mueller, Johnston, right there coming in the top 10.
Taking a look at a lot of mixed bags yesterday. Largemouth, some heavyweight largemouth, but interestingly enough, smallmouth like that played a big factor. Ronnie's gonna splash a lot of sweet stats on us that we compiled last night, and there is a key to catching those better than average smallmouth right now on Lake Champlain.
Absolutely, some stats that will absolutely amaze you today versus
I don't know about
3
that.
years ago. Versus 3 years ago, I surprised me. I stand amazed here. There's Seth Feider, a great day yesterday with largemouth in the latter part of the day. Micah Frazier, another guy that's just really running on momentum from last year as well, and momentum from this year in the form of Buddy Gross, who is now our leader in the Angler of the Year race.
What? Jimmy Hartman with a big day yesterday. Some massive calls from about, call it noon on. Taking a look at our playing field here. Northeastern New York, right on the border of New York and Vermont. An absolute monster. Yeah, let's call it right at about 80 to 100 miles of playing field. See Ticonderoga down at the bottom. A lot of history in Ticonderoga. Not too much history yesterday.
No,
fair to say,
big.
really almost a non-factor, which is very, very rare. Something going on down there, but we do have a few anglers that have made the run down towards Ticonderoga today. As you kind of go up through Burlington, Vermont, we talked about it. Vermont teddy bears made right, cute as a button.
They are cute.
Exactly right. From Mallett's Bay all the way up to Plattsburgh, New York, and that upper end, really, from the New York side into the Inland Sea. Inland Sea, an absolute monster player yesterday, which it usually is every single time we go to Lake Champlain.
Okay, welcome to the Bassmaster Studios. So glad to be with you today for Bassmaster Live. We'll be taking you pretty much all the way to weigh-in time at 3 p.m. Tommy Sanders, Mark Zona here. I'm hanging on one statement you made yesterday. I'm pinning my hopes and dreams on this. You said a lot of places, in fact most places, will go from day 1, big catches, big numbers, to a drop-off on day 3. And you say that's not going to happen here.
It's just every single time, and all of you that live up there, that fish Lake Champlain, it just has that 3.5 to 4 pound quality swimming everywhere in the lake. The hard thing to actually do on Lake Champlain from 2 decades ago, obviously, to right now, is catching one of those giant kicker 5 pound largemouth. But that 4 pound average seems to always, day 2 all the way to day 4, it always shows up. And I actually, as weird as it is, if you were with us on day 1, the fish catching was great. I think it's going to be greater today. Is that a word?
Greater. Yes, that's an actual word right there. Plenty to look forward to in a word. Thank you, Mark Zona. Also, our full crew, everybody's in place here today in the Bassmaster Studios. Ronnie and Such, Mike Sucon, what are you looking at?
Greater Z. I'm still looking for Champ, the lake monster.
I know you are, Such. I know you are.
We'll keep teasing that. Ronnie,
good looking, boy.
Z mentioned some stats that make an impressive day seem even more impressive when you look back at it.
Yeah, we were looking at the top 8, and Z helped collect. Well, he didn't help. He did collect all of this data, but the anglers who targeted largemouth, the anglers who targeted smallmouth, and those who mixed it in together, we had half of our top 8. 4 of those anglers, all smallmouth. 1 angler, all largemouth, and then 3 mixed bags. So I'd like to see how those bags play out today and if smallmouth bite better, because to be honest, we didn't see that many great smallmouth get caught yesterday. I'd love to see 4 of these guys that targeted them specifically, see how they pan out.
We're going to show that stat later on. Very interesting numbers if you follow the smallmouth, largemouth battle that kind of goes on here on Lake Champlain.
All right, let's get out on the lake right now. Top of the leaderboard. Top story is New Yorker, New York native, Jamie Hartman. He doesn't live in New York anymore, but he cut his teeth here. He sort of built his fishing career here.
Exactly. It's been a busy, busy morning for Jamie Hartman. Fishing a Carolina rig just around the corner from our takeoff there in Plattsburgh, and he has done work early and often this morning.
Drag on me. Just done took drag on me again. That's the way to get this party started right there. There's a tank.
Fishing a Carolina rig, staple here on Lake Champlain. Got to talk about it yesterday. A soft plastic, let's call it in ultra vibish crawdad style. Okay. Soft plastic. A lot of you at home know what I'm talking about right there. And
oh boy, barely hooked.
Surprisingly, talking to Jamie Hartman after the weigh-in yesterday, there's
just 5 fish on the board there, Z.
That is a BFA right there. That is the BFA alert. Jamie Hartman already with a limit. This is earlier this morning. We got to see some of this play out on Facebook Live, but then also that 4-pounder he started the morning with. Z, they weren't biting a Carolina rig great yesterday, but seemingly today, all of these fish he's caught, he's noticed that they're getting it much better.
As a whole, they were not biting that good yesterday, really, for the first
he's way ahead
90.
of schedule.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and the other side is, one of the things that we talked about together on the phone, I said, don't take this the wrong way, but you had 22-1, but it looked a lot better on paper than it actually was. And he said, dude, that's exactly right. I just got the right bites on day 1 because I thought I would catch a lot more fish like he has done here on day 2.
Well, he did get close to Brian Schmidt's Phoenix Boats Big Bass is 6 pounds, 2 ounces, but today he's got 3 of the top 10.
Wow.
That's the top 10 on Bass Track. Got the 2 4-pounders and another one that's he may want to get rid of by the end of the day.
I mean, the only thing that might be better for Jamie Hartman this morning is if he got like 100 topwater bites. But other than that, he is performing flawlessly on day 2.
Well, a Carolina rig is a little bit like watching drop shots, but
We'll take it.
Are the conditions better for him to get these bites, though?
absolutely.
Is that what it is?
Listen, one of the things that I think really, from talking to a lot of our leaders, I think some of the folks at home that fish up here, yesterday when those fronts would pass, the smallies would bite, but we had a lot of really low skies, low ceiling, and the smallies would shut down. With the clear skies, I think the smallie bite will be much, much more consistent today. Yes.
I could see the hook. Look at that. Right on the outside corner, though. Corner of the mouth, so bass. Huh. He's fighting like a largemouth. No, giant smallmouth. Oh my gosh, look at the fish with him. Holy cow. I need this fish. It's a big one. There's a stud tank with him too. Stay down, big girl.
Oh, listen to that drag peel. Wow.
Oh. Well, my cameraman's there's laughing like something's going on. Because something's going on.
That was a good one there for Jamie. Biggest fish of the day so far for him.
You know you're catching solid ones when you're having to fight them on a Carolina rig with heavier line.
So Z,
He has landed on a pack.
so what is the deal with up north? Why a Carolina rig is so much more effective than a jig or something? It's not super deep. I mean, he could throw other
Dude,
stuff.
it's a this lake technique because look, you can catch them on Mille Lacs and other places.
Oneida.
Lake Erie, it's a gig, but it is a staple for some reason, and it's been that way. And I guarantee you, there's guys laughing at this. It's been a staple on this lake for decades. And a lot of times the way you fish it is you throw it out and you actually just reel it on the bottom, almost like a swim jig or a biffle head.
No.
But I'm gonna promise you that there are guys in our field that are gonna watch this footage after this tournament. There's a campground and a boat ramp, literally, on the shore he's fishing that the majority of our field is staying. And historically, other tournaments. Could you imagine that mother lode is right in front of your campground and you drove over it every night?
Just a different sort of place. Man, oh man, what a
wow.
productive fishery.
And Hartman was one of those guys that had a mixed bag yesterday. 3 smallmouth, 2 largemouth. We're looking at maybe if he catches them a couple more good ones, he might not have any largemouth today. But he'll be able to fish all day for a 5-pounder if he wants to.
He has got good ones.
Oh, I'll bear hug you, baby.
Wow.
Man, oh man, that is hitting it
That's
early.
a morning.
That is, yeah, that's a morning. He's wrapped up his morning here. It's been a long, long time to get enough smallmouth to feel comfortable about going largemouth fishing yesterday. Today, it's completely turned around.
Exactly right. Somebody else that is ahead of schedule from where he was at on day number 1, Seth Feider. I think he kind of took a page out of Chad Pipkin's boat yesterday. Chad Pipkin's starting on this flat north of Plattsburgh. Seth Feider with a few better than average. And Seth Feider will tell you, these are the ones he really was after yesterday morning, but he weighed in 5 largemouth and was really hoping to have smallmouth play in his game on day 1. Well, that's definitely started here on day number 2 for Seth Feider.
Safe to say we'll see him largemouth fishing today.
Fair to say, but I think he'll do this. I think he'll push this a little bit harder today.
Oh, dang.
The conditions are too right this morning to leave this as quick. I mean, he left it fast yesterday.
We gotta catch today.
Yeah. I heard him say, like, forget these smallmouth.
Oh yeah. Yes, sir. 2 down. 2 down, boys and girls. Nice 3.5 right there. Jesus. Yes, sir.
Way ahead of schedule.
3 down.
You know it's a different day when he's not disrespecting all the smallmouth he has in the boat, and that was certainly the case yesterday.
You know what you learn when you watch that footage right there? This lake does not suck.
Oh, gosh.
It really does not.
I mean, it's just, it's everything you hope for it to be. Seems like every time we come, and even better this time than last time we were here 3 years ago.
Going to take a look at our anglers in the Inland Sea. Inland Sea got a lot of attention yesterday, and it's going to get a lot of attention today. Some of the fish that were built a lot better than other smallmouth we've seen up on the New York side came deep out of the Inland Sea. Take a look at Brock Mosley and Brandon Polinick, who had a fast morning, but this morning, Micah Frazier has done a lot of work. Taking a look at the island that Micah Frazier's on. Micah Frazier, did you see a fish blow up right there? Did you see that? Micah Frazier's fishing very close to the basin of the Inland Sea. You're looking at where he sits. Call that 25 to almost 50 feet of water. A lot of sharp ledges on that east side of that island.
Micah Frazier doing exactly this, drop shotting for smallmouth has been one of the most common images of the Bassmasters over the past 1 year. Of course, he won on the St. Lawrence last year at another good tournament there. This year, doing this exact thing. I think he's got it down pretty good.
Yeah, I would say. Micah Frazier definitely has honed his skills up north, especially the state of New York. And
This one's not wanting to give up.
You said it seems he's in the same position every event, staring at his graph, and then all of a sudden, there's a 4 to 5 pounder.
It would be easy to impersonate out there on the water. I'll just put it that way. Except for the fish catching, he seems to be especially great at that.
Hey, but what we were saying is, we talked about how lean a lot of the smallmouth were that we saw yesterday. The fish in the Inland Sea, traditionally, they average, the smallmouth average a little bit bigger, generally, especially in the summertime months. But a lot of these deeper ones, these 25 to 50 feet of water, they're just built better than a lot of those fish that are shallower right now.
Got his butt.
That's a good keeper.
That's a good one. He definitely had him hooked.
Yeah. This is like
Some dental work there.
This is some time in the chair for this one. But a good morning for Micah Frazier as we look back at what he's done so far today. This was earlier. A little while here.
On his bass track, it's listed as 15 pounds. He's got 4 fish. He's put in his 3 pounds, 4 ounces.
Probably fishing deeper. The majority of his fish actually yesterday came out of 30 to 40 feet of water. And like we said, a lot of the guys that we've been covering in the inland sea, 20 to 30 feet. But he said these fish, he feels a lot of them will suspend and then set up right where he's fishing off of this island. A pretty popular island. We'll kind of get into more specific in a little bit. But he said there's been a massive group every morning here at practice.
How about this guy? Scott Canterbury just popped in at 15 pounds. He's up to 3rd place.
Wow.
He's only like 15 points back in the AOI after stumbling and recovering at St. Lawrence last week. Destin Demarian's jumped into our top 5 too at 5th with 13 pounds today. He's trying to make the cut.
Micah Frazier said he's been up here 12 straight summers in a row and learned the inland sea probably better than anywhere else on Lake Champlain. Said, I will not run out of spots, and there's a lot of areas I don't even need to check in practice, just knowing how it's setting up with one spot where it will connect to more of his waypoints and history here.
Expect to see him throughout the rest of the weekend here. This fellow we've seen in the best possible light so far this season. Buddy Gross won our 2nd event of the year.
That fish to get it. Yep. Told you what it was, too.
Buddy Gross fishing isolated boulders, isolated wrecks outside of spawning bays on the New York side. Said he has a lot more on the Vermont side throughout the inland sea. Looking for something very specific that
See what I'm talking about?
we're going to hold a little bit. It's because one of our other
grass to
leaders,
get it.
Brian Schmidt's doing
Yeah,
it.
there's 2 more bigger than it.
So you got a blog from Steve Bowman, who's with Ken Golb, local angler here, and they got on Buddy for his first 3 fish catches and wondered. Golub says no one ever fishes there. That's not a place somebody fishes. And why are you doing that, Buddy? Is that where you caught your big bag? He said, no, I just got a wild hair. I caught some here in practice,
Yeah,
and
he
he went and caught 3 there.
He doesn't have a wild hair. He has very, very specific targets he's throwing at, but was real quiet last night about what those targets are.
Yeah, this is kind of a
we'll talk about
hush-hush place, huh?
Pretty much been fishing a bladed jig or that half-ounce prototype Nichols jig. I think that
This is why I
half-ounce
didn't start here, 'cause I
prototype
was
Nichols
afraid this was
jig
gonna happen.
is made in his garage, is my vibe.
There he is. Yep.
Wow.
Not as good as I thought, but it's a decent one.
Soft plastic stick bait.
Number 4. We're going to have bigger. It worked out like it's supposed to, though, didn't it? Thank you, Lord. For all my buddies back home, I do throw a Cinco every now and then. We just caught our 4th fish. I'm back where I started yesterday. They're just not wanting to chase my bait. It's a real finicky bite today, so I picked up a Cinco and got on my first boulder and got my first bite. So we're going to try to catch us another. And I don't think there's a whole lot here. I caught 2 yesterday in practice. I only seen 4. But I hope there's a whole school moved in. It would make me happy.
Brandon Polnick now on the right. You know, Buddy's going to go for some largemouth through there. He talked about the different conditions. Less water has moved him a little bit. I'd like to get into some of that.
You're right about that.
Yeah.
Tommy, that is actually what you just said right there. He's fishing isolated boulders with grass, whether it be cabbage, milfoil, blacktop coontail, in the mouth of a lot of bays that the largemouth get shallow here. And with that low water, a lot of fish not in the traditional reeds.
That feels like a good one.
stuff like that has really pushed a lot of these largemouth out to those isolated boulders and flats.
Don't do that. Golly, come on. Stay on there. We're hooked up. It is a solid one. Solid one.
Brandon Polinick with a solid day yesterday, just under 20 pounds. One of several who were just ounces away from that 20-pound mark. We could have had 10 easy, right, Ronnie?
Yeah, we could. Yeah, I could have been right, but I was way wrong.
Not a giant one, but it's a solid one. Oh, thanks, little buddy. Little meat nugget. Hey, oh, sorry, bud. Come on, come here. Little old meat nugget. There's more down there too. Get us going in the right direction still. Okay. Okie dokie, come on.
High two.
Yeah, probably. That one broke her.
Brandon started his day tied for 7th.
Well, sir, the morning's been pretty darn awesome. They're loaded in there. I don't know how long to stay. I hope I catch a couple 4s quick because I don't want to burn these fish. But I ain't got enough right now to be comfortable. I mean, I'm comfortable to fish tomorrow, but I'm not. I need a couple 4s because I had one go down on me, so I've already lost 4 ounces, so. You know, buddy, I mean, you know, we may go head hunting. I've got that deal where I caught the 2 4s off of yesterday, remember that? So, I'd love to be able to pull up there. I have caught them there when it's been calm, so it's really thick grass. So that's an option for me. I'd love to pull another 4 out of here, but get closer to 19 pounds or so and pull out of here and leave it. But I can't even remember how deep it is on top. It can't be more than 10 foot right there, and they're all sitting right in it because that weight doesn't take long to hit the bottom.
What was that in the background? I think.
Well, you know who that was in the background, standing in that boat. It's our own Davey Hite. Of course, he's on the scene with the leader right now. And we're going to go B&W Trailer Hitches on the line with Davey Hite. I mean, yesterday was a good day for Jamie Hartman, and he seems to be starting even faster today. What's going on out there?
Well, you're exactly right, Tommy. Actually started slow yesterday morning, but then had a phenomenal day. You know, can't be any better than being the leader, but it's been quite a show here Jamie Hartman has put on this morning. This is a place where he caught his last fish yesterday. He just stopped by here, made 3 casts, caught a 4-pounder and left. What's interesting is that's the first time he had fished it this week. It's a place he's been fishing, he said, about 8 years or so. He knew it was a place that fish get, but never this size smallmouth. He says typically it's more of a largemouth place because this point comes out, and he said normally it's got a lot of vegetation on it. Now it's got clumps of grass, and there's some thick clumps, and he's throwing the Carolina rig in there. And I'm telling you, most of the time it doesn't even get to the bottom. He's caught some great smallmouth. Have not caught a largemouth here yet, and he said that's typically what gets here. But it's just the advantage of Jamie Hartman, his knowledge of the lake, and then when you get 20 pounds in a live well like he had yesterday, he's able to start trying some places that he didn't even fish in practice and really expanding. It's such a chess game with these guys. A 4-day tournament trying to catch 5 big fish, and you know there were a lot of guys that came to the scales yesterday with 5 normally beautiful fish, 3.5 pounders, and they're sitting middle of the pack. So you've got to get about 20-pound live well, and then you start expanding, you start calculating, man, I just need to start checking on other stuff and have something for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And when you give this guy, yesterday, like I said, he had a little slower start, so it was midday or so before he started really feeling comfortable. He already feels comfortable this morning, so he can really expand his game today.
Davey, a lot of the smallmouth bodies of water we go to, it is a 99.9% finesse spinning rod gig. But historically, here on Lake Champlain, you can rough talk them. You can get bait cast gear out, heavier line. Why is this body of water so unique to being able to do that compared to other places we go?
Great question, Z. I mean, I had my thoughts, but I actually asked Jamie that this morning because we've got him, you know, how many hours on Bassmaster Live throwing a drop shot. He absolutely loves to throw one, but he said, I can do it here. But here's the big thing. Last week, he lost a ton of fish on a drop shot, and he said, be quite frank with you, I'm scared to death to throw it right now because I lost so many smallmouth on it last week. The landing percentage is a lot better with the Carolina rig because your weight is even farther away from the hook itself. Then the drop shots usually got a pretty good landing percentage. We've seen Jamie Hartman catch a lot of them through the last few years. I remember Cherokee Lake, the first time I covered Jamie Hartman. He's a master with a drop shot. But landing percentage and the thick grass he's having to throw in, he can cover more water. Instead of slowly fishing that drop shot, he's a 1-ounce sinker on a Carolina rig. He can cover water. It comes through that grass really well.
Davey, thank you so much. Our own Davey Hite out there on the hottest of all the hot spots on this lake right now, which is full of them. And absolutely a great day. Sea Rig Fury this morning with Jamie Hartman.
It's been an exhausting 30 minutes of Bassmaster Live. In a good way.
Couldn't be more action-packed, we'll put it that way. We expect plenty more of the same as we get into day number 2 with our full field of anglers, 85 of them out there today on Lake Champlain. Lake Champlain. Boy, as good as gold, just like always.
What a morning.
Oh, my gosh, couldn't be more happy and more hopeful as to what we're going to see and the different ways they're going to catch them and the different species when they'll start getting mixed in today. We've already seen a good largemouth today, and we'll see plenty more of them, but the smallmouth have been the star so far today. Take ourselves a quick break and quickly look at our leaderboard right now. Jamie Hartman actually with a 3-pound lead right now, and that is huge on this lake because everybody has been bunched so closely together, so few ounces between so many places. So Jamie Hartman, you have to say, with a huge upper hand right now, but hey, it's going to change. We're going to see some other guys jump right up there with him. And how soon is that going to happen? We'll start to know as soon as we get back right after this on Bassmaster
Live.
The Bassmaster Elite at Lake Champlain is being brought to you live by Skeeter Boats.
What do a taco and a taco truck have in common? Nothing. If you want to play, you need a Tacoma.
Your time on the water is precious. You return season after season to make unforgettable memories. Fight a few fish, reconnect with friends, and recenter yourself. If you count on having this time, you need an outboard you can count on to power it. That's why boaters stay with Yamaha for the long run, for life. They know reliability starts here.
Groundbreaking designs, unsurpassed quality, and unshakable confidence. Welcome to the Ranger Z500 and Z100 series. Leading the industry for over 50 years, these rigs are custom crafted and loaded with more features and advantages to deliver the ultimate ownership experience. The legendary Ranger Z series. Unleash next level performance. Mercury, go boldly.
It's been said that a bad day of fishing is better than a good day at work. Getting you to that fishing spot is key. And Bully Dog gets your truck road ready. No matter where, We give you the horsepower and towing torque right when you need it. We make getting there better. Make your ride a bully dog.
Bassmaster sweepstakes prizes are crazy good, and you'd be crazy not to enter.
Yeah, baby!
Enter now to win a fishing trip with 50 at Bassmaster Classic champion Hank Cherry. Trip includes airfare, rental car, hotel, and $500 cash, plus a Basscat Saber FTD with Mercury 150 Pro XS Garmin electronics, and an amazing prize pack. Total value more than $50,000. There's a 100% chance you won't win if you don't enter. Go to Bassmaster.com and up the odds in your favor. It's fast and easy, and who knows, you could win.
When I'm on the road for work or for fun, I always like to have a reliable generator around. This open frame inverter from Champlain is ideal because it's lighter than a standard open frame generator and more affordable than a traditional inverter. The remote start helps me start up the generator or shut it off without having to leave my camper. It provides essential power for things like charging my boat batteries, also makes life a lot more comfortable for myself and my family.
Introducing the Bass U TV app. Get the most out of your Bass U TV subscription and learn on the go with the Bass U TV app. Unlimited access to 700 plus training videos. Multiple new releases each week, including seminars, on-water videos, live shows, interviews, and other original content. The Bass U TV app. Never stop learning.
Pre-collision system, standard, on the 2020 Tacoma, so you can go from one epic playground to the next. If you want to play, you need a Tacoma.
The Bassmaster Elite at Lake Champlain is brought to you by Power Pole, Skeeter Boats, Yamaha, and by Toyota.
Happy Friday. Hey, welcome to Bassmaster Live, the 2020 Bassmaster Elite at Lake Champlain. Plattsburgh, New York is our host city, as is the custom, and what a tournament we are. We're sitting down to a Friday fishing feast here today, and it's just getting started, but Jamie Hartman has made big strides already today. Started with the lead today, and he has extended that lead over Micah Frazier. Scott Canterbury putting himself right back in the middle of the conversation. Seth Feider had a great day yesterday. Just an amazing day yesterday, and today, Mark Zona, it seems, for all intents and purposes, to be even jacked up a level or two.
Yeah, it is at a different level here on Lake Champlain this morning. Yesterday morning covering this, and we had a lot of the leaders on camera yesterday. We were like, whoa, Champlain is off. And then the sun would come out and you're like, whoa, no, there's the Champlain we know. Taking a look at a lot of the anglers that we have cameras with today. Buddy Gross been in the boat with him. We're going to get out to Stetson Blaylock fishing just south of Rouses Point. A lot of history on that point here on Lake Champlain.
Stetson, a good day yesterday, just under 20 pounds, 912.
A lot of his work yesterday was with a topwater bait and a drop shot, predominantly. All day long, it was that 1-2 punch.
His cameraman texted me and said, I'm obviously on Stetson all day, but it could get ugly, and then he ends up being in our top 8. Obviously had a good practice.
He says he thinks it's possible.
Oh, he just come and slurped it. He really didn't even hit it, which is strange. Hey, that's a good one there. That is a good one there. Long, skinny one. Think he wanted that spook? He didn't blast it though, he just came up there and got it. That's what's crazy. I'm gonna say 3-2, 3-1, 3-6. It's a good start. Number 1. Beginning to wonder. I never heard a thing. My bait just quit working. So weird. Usually they explode on it, like you could hear it from a mile away.
Listen to Stetson Blaylock right there, fishing that topwater bait on the New York side. Actually, he's on the Vermont side. The Vermont-New York border kind of cuts up through that flat he's on right there. But talking about that topwater bite where he never hurt, that is actually how you want them to hit it. When they explode on it, they are a very angry fish. Not the best aim when they get that mad at a topwater bite.
Like a real angry guy trying to barehand catch a baseball.
Yes, fun, frustrating. Fun and frustrating.
Stetson Blaylock says he maybe, just maybe, has what it takes to make it to the final day. Maybe what it takes to get that trophy at the end of the day. He collected one last year at Winyah Bay in South Carolina. First look at David Mullins, the Tennessee angler. He too had a great day yesterday. 1 ounce better than Stetson Blaylock at 9:13.
Z, I was in Michigan just 2 months ago in June, and I remember texting you saying, hey, is there a better way to get them to hook up on a walking topwater bait? Because they just are missing it a lot.
Yeah, the answer, throw something else. But the problem with that is, take a look at David Mullins here, hooked up.
There's a good one. Stay on. Stay on. Oh, he's got one hook. Got one hook in the bottom of the lip. Look at that. Stay down. Stay down. Stay down. There's the first decent one. Took us long enough, but we finally got us one. Hopefully that's not the only one.
Like so many anglers, David Mullins and Stetson Blaylock fishing just south of Rouse's Point, early in the morning, top water.
Be bam, bam. Oh, come on.
And cranking
A
with
little
David
water
Mullins.
right there.
And then later in the day,
I'm
both
gonna try
of
to
them.
do what's smart. And instead of throwing it, there's a bunch of them there, instead of throwing that back out, throw this with a little bit better hookup percentage and crank. Usually when you catch one, there's usually several with it. But I don't know.
But both of them, those two anglers right there, starting south of Rouse's Point. What you're looking at, if you've never fished this lake, over their shoulder, that is just a giant, massive, call it 8 to 15 foot spawning flat. It is some of the best habitat on the north end, and there's a massive, enormous population of bass that just live their entire life in that region of the lake.
But it's number 3.
Saw both these anglers have a good northern swing to wrap up their season last year. Stetson Blaylock at St. Clair particularly, and David Mullins at Cayuga Lake cranking them up, much as we saw him just a second ago. Didn't get to go to Cayuga this year.
Buddies at fish.
Gosh, both of these ways that they're catching them, top water and cranking, nailed it, Ron Moore. It is fun, very frustrating, very frustrating.
This is big in here. Stay down. Stay down. Stay down. It's a good one. Can't hardly move him, he's so strong. I hadn't seen how good he's hooked. Hooked pretty good. Just like it, we're getting back in the ball game. Not as big as that other one, but slow as it's been, we'll take it. Two-pounder.
Caught 3 on a spook. Just had a real nice group of fish follow in the one I caught on it. Tried to pitch a drop shot back down there, but never did get a bite. But I've kind of bounced in and out. I fished some shallow stuff, fished some deep stuff. One right there just followed it up. But I'm not getting the bites yet.
A lot of movement going on our leaderboard. Destin DeMary and Shane
Just had
Lineberger.
at least one right there. Follow it in again.
Climbing into our top 10. And
you know what's weird though is both of those anglers came out firing yesterday, Lineberger and DeMary,
Early.
and then really kind of
Couldn't call up.
They maxed out, like they found themselves at the top of the leaderboard the first hour and a half, and then click, click, click. They were just never to make those able to make those critical upgrades later in the day that we saw with a lot of the leaders. One of the other things, watching David Mullins and Seth Feider today, one of the differences in cranking up north from down south traditionally, this is for a lot of our...
This jig over here. We're hungry.
For our southern anglers that are used to cranking Tennessee River ledges, you're grinding the bottom. You're absolutely not doing that predominantly. When you're cranking for smallmouth up north, you want them to feed up. You want that crankbait 2, 3, 4, 5 feet at times off the bottom instead of just grinding the bottom.
Oh yeah. Oh God. Biggin', dude. Stay on. I didn't see how he had it hooked, but freaking big one, dude.
Coming back here.
I don't know what I'm doing. Wherever he's going, I'm going with him. Yep. He's not as big as I thought. He's a good one, though. I thought it was a 4 when he first come up. I mean, he got it good. Shouldn't come off, but you never know. Freaking mean bastard, isn't he? Is that a bad word? I feel like that's clean.
Uh-oh.
Maybe not. We'll find out.
We had to have a talk with Seth last night, cleaning it up a little bit for the kids across the world.
Tighten it up some.
Yes, sir. A good one. 3-pluser.
It's funny, every now and then, having a talk with Seth is very, very frighteningly similar to having a talk with Hunter and Jacob. Good one right there for Seth Feider, getting it done, cranking here on the north end of Lake Champlain. A lot of better than average size smallmouth that we did not see with him. He is way ahead of schedule than he was on day number 1.
Up to second place, about almost 16 pounds today.
Shake it out. It's freaking knotted, bud.
Look at this wild sucker. Get in here. Huh? Wild man. Did you get any of that jumping? Easy, easy. Gosh, I want to get back out there so bad. There's a little wad of them. How many does this make? Did you get that thing out there jumping? It's not what we need, but like I said, if we start somewhere, we can always go up. Since there's multiple there.
Stetson Blaylock sees
see if
something.
we can get smart and throw that.
One followed it to the boat, and you just picked up a spinner out to drop on him.
Wow. Man.
He swam out here and got it under the boat.
Oh, I don't have him hooked very good though. He's not real big. That's why I did that. I was afraid he was gonna come off if I tried to lip him. One that must have followed my spook in. I looked down and saw him swimming right there. Not a big one, but one closer to a limit. Two and a half, I think. Yeah.
Dude, that fish might not even weigh in for Stetson Blaylock later today. He may call that out,
will
but that is literally what separates some of the best in the world from just regular anglers that are just trying to get to there, because that fish won't even help him in the weigh-in stage. But seeing that fish follow it in, knowing how to pick it up and catch it, was awesome.
Well, I've got a couple warning shots on a drop shot. That's been the go-to thing this week. But catching some on this is actually a saltwater spook. Just a color that I really like for smallmouth. Catching some on it, and then got a little Yum Ned Dinger rigged up just to pitch on some of these that I can see, and I'll throw it out deep some too, but it's definitely not my favorite. I can't keep them hooked up on the Ned head for some reason, just like that fish right there. If he had been any bigger, I would have tried to lip him and I probably would have lost him, just because I don't know what it is. I just can't get that bait to hook them good. I lost a big one yesterday on that. They just jump and throw it. So I'm going to try to stick with the spook and the drop shot most of the day.
Stetson Blaylock was
I could get a couple more of those
bait.
good ones right here. I'd
Gosh,
go long.
Great info this morning, man. Great fishing info.
Another bite or two. This spook has always been a good bait up here, though. Every time I've been here, you can catch some fish on it. A lot of guys throw bone, and they bite bone pretty good here also, but I just have confidence throwing different things that I know a lot of guys may not be throwing. You can see this one it's a saltwater spook, but it's just pale yellow on the top and the bottom, and it's kind of glimmery inside. I just think that action of that bait rolling around with that color variation, instead of just being solid bone, it might get their attention just a little bit better from time to time. Not always, because bone catches them, but I've got a lot of confidence in this one. So
we've seen those arky shads, those ones that are the greenish chartreuses top with the clear sides as well. That's another variation of that similar principle.
Leader, Jamie Hartman, last keeper, went in the boat about an hour ago. He had a quick flurry.
He definitely landed on top of him. Boy, you see, this is hard to believe, but right over that tree line that you're looking at, wow, from Jamie Hartman is the inland sea. You pass through the gut and you come to this side to the inland sea. It's always amazing to me. We saw it yesterday, how different the wind and the weather is on the New York side to the Vermont side. Wow.
He's got a 2-pounder as his small fish among his 5. The other 4 are all 3-pound, 4 ounces.
Looks like Hartman, he's had his limit for about an hour now.
He's going to be a big problem this week. Micah Frazier will be there at the end of this tournament.
We won't see him do anything but this, will we?
The entire event. Entire event. But fishing just outside of Butler Island, fishing, like we said earlier, fishing a lot closer to the inland sea basin, the really deep water of the inland sea, compared to a lot of our anglers around Gull Island Reef, where it's a lot flatter, less contour, a lot flatter. He is not doing that. He is very close to massively deep water. Them are built right.
Those will do. Get rid of that little one. A lot different fish than they were at St. Lawrence. Tell these suckers get out here and roam around a lot. They're long and lean. And
there we go. Can't tell much about him yet. He got a little pull to him. Where the heck's he at? There you go. Oh, that's a good one. I'm just gonna, he's hooked pretty darn good. I'm just gonna flip this one. He'll quit. Get in here. There we go. That's a little better. How many is it? Number 5? That was 3.
Wow.
Good way to round out a limit right there for David Mullins. He had fallen out of the top 10. That's going to
watch his jump.
That's so threes cool. Had to do that today.
That is so cool.
I guess coming straight up, they just keep going.
Guide him in the boat like Chris Johnson did last week.
He's somebody we better keep our eye on also today.
Boy, oh boy. Kind of got this part of the country dialed in for sure. The angler from the Atlanta area, Micah Frazier.
What a morning, man. Across the board too with techniques. Kind of what you want to see when you come up to upstate New York.
Yeah, just everything you want a fishing tournament. Frazier now over 15, right at 15 to solidly be in third place there. Seth Feider, Jamie Hartman to the top.
Frank Talley in there.
Yeah, Frank Talley. A good tournament last week for Frank Talley, the Texan by way of Southern California. A little bit of movement on that leaderboard, and we got plenty more good fishing on the way on Bassmaster Live.
The Bassmaster Elite at Lake Champlain is being brought to you live by Skeeter Boats.
I'm pro angler Andy Montgomery. I've been making my living with Strike King products for a long time. So when they showed me the new tour grade line, I was all in. I knew I could trust it. What I didn't know was how easy it was to use. With the spooling tool and the prepaid envelope to recycle your old line included in every single box. Not only is it the best line on the market, it gives you the easiest fishing experience possible. Find out more at StrikeKing.com.
You don't know their names yet, but you will.
Sign up to compete in the inaugural Hook Bassmaster BASS Nation Kayak Series, powered by Tourney X, presented by Abu Garcia in 2020. The trail features 5 regular season events, with a championship to be held in conjunction with the 2021 Academy Sports and Outdoors Bassmaster Classic, presented by Hook. The first tournament will be at Logan Martin Lake in Pell City, Alabama on March 5th, in conjunction with the 50th Bassmaster Classic. To find out more details and to register, visit bassmaster.com/kayak.
At Mercury, we invested thousands of hours of engineering manpower so you can enjoy hours and hours of untapped horsepower. Introducing the all-new V6 Mercury Pro XS. Light, quick, efficient. Mercury, go boldly. At Mercury, there are no limits to what we'll do to make sure you have no limits either. Introducing the all-new V8 Mercury Pro XS. Light, quick, efficient. Mercury, go boldly.
The season is starting and it's time for you to bring it. Pit your knowledge against friends and fans everywhere in Rapala Bassmaster Fantasy Fishing. It's free and it starts by signing up. Then pick your 5-angler team for each event. Grand prize winner gets a Bass Pro Shop shopping spree, cash, and Rapala prize pack. Plus new opportunities including $4,000 worth of prizes for each individual event winner. Plus another $500 if you're a Bass member. Total value for the season is $90,000. Sign up today and start bringing it at BassmasterFantasy.com.
Fish and win with Skeeter Real Money. Fish out of your Skeeter boat, win a Skeeter-approved contingency paying event, and you could add $5,000 to your winnings. Just enter, fish, and win. It's that easy. Rules and conditions apply. Visit SkeeterBoats.com and click the Real Money logo to register and learn more, or visit your local Skeeter dealer. Fish, win, get paid. Up to $5,000. Go to SkeeterBoats.com and see why now is the best time to enter, fish, and win with Skeeter Real Money.
This reel allows you to cover more water, make more casts, giving you more opportunities to catch more fish. The new Revo Rocket, Abu Garcia for life.
You're watching the Bassmaster Elite at Lake Champlain, being brought to you live by Skeeter Boats.
Got the full field out there today, 85 anglers at this 4th stop of the year for the Bassmaster Elite Series. It has been a whale of a tournament so far. Everything you could want and pretty much what you'd expect from this great, iconic fishing spot. Big spot, Lake Champlain on the border between New York and Vermont, and native New Yorker Jamie Hartman started the day with the lead, extended it to almost out there past 3 pounds. Micah Frazier's cut into that a little bit during the course of the first couple of hours of fishing this morning. But boy, we got a whole lot more to go today. Big moving day. You got to be in the top 40. You want to move on to fish on Saturday to make it to the weekend. Who wouldn't want to fish in this place based on what we have seen today?
Exactly right. Jamie Hartman with a big morning. Kind of just been piling it on.
Yeah.
Really.
Oh my gosh.
See that? My line. He pulled my rod right down. Just a little guy. Yeah. Must have been. Oh, something just whacked it.
Lake monster.
A reaction bite. Feels good. Usually that's a big one that does that reaction bite. It looks good. I don't think he's a giant though, but gosh, I got right on that fish and he choked it. He's coming in, ready? If I can get him to swing my way. He ain't that big. Still a good one, but man, reaction biting, it's in his throat. I mean, I cracked it out of there and he ate it instantly, and it's all the way down in there. And I mean, I didn't give him long. I sat on him pretty quick.
Man, they are getting it. Oof. A little bit of one of the issues fishing a Carolina rig, especially for smallmouth, you're definitely gonna run into that, where a drop shot, predominantly you top dead center. Just like on cue.
Boy, just back and forth between these two.
Hey, you know, I'm gonna actually call Micah Frazier out. One of the nicest human beings. He's kind of like the Easter Bunny. He's just a nice person. We've got him at 16.4. I've looked at his fish. Micah Frazier does not have 16.4.
I was commenting that all 5 of his fish have been entered as 3 pound 4 ounces, and we
saw a little
that
bit
last
of that,
one that
those shenanigans when we were on the St. Lawrence River.
And it's so hard because he acts the same way if it's a 5.5 or if it's a
Yeah,
3
we
and a
can't
quarter.
tell. See? So
He's like, oh, look at this keeper.
It is. I do not want to play poker with Micah Frazier.
No.
Ever. Ever.
What's so weird though is like he called me last night asking a question and was just like,
oh boy,
talking his head off. And I'm like, dude, do this on live, please.
When he told me his hobby, for everybody at home, when he told me his hobby when he was a kid, he used to get yelled at because he'd grab a hatchet or an axe and, you know,
Chop stuff down.
He would chop trees down. What was amazing was the excitement, the passion in his
lit him up.
eyes.
Yeah.
It lit him up. Which I was like, when he was talking,
was
I'm like,
great.
wow,
That
you
was-
are really creepy.
And you profess to have the same hobby as a kid.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that.
Even to this day. I bet.
Chopping trees down just out of rage. I love being back on .com.
Brandon Lester up to 5th place, 16 pounds today. Gerald Swindle right behind him. Gerald Swindle.
Heard Swindle make a comment to Dave Mercer on stage yesterday. He weighed his fish and he said, man, it is pretty humbling and staggering to look behind you and every person has 18 to 20 pounds in the weigh-in line.
All 85 anglers caught limits. 3.3 pound average.
Speaking of Dave Mercer, we haven't checked in with our friend Dave Mercer today. Did some great work out there.
Absolutely.
Running around, running down the stories. And right now, I believe we got Dave Mercer in the company of one Bob Downey. Right now, Dave, can you hear us? And what are you looking at right now?
Watching Bob Downey and guys, a prime example of calling an audible halfway through the game. Had he really started? He said he's already got 10 or 12 fish in the boat, and basically what he's catching them, what he's doing is everything he did in pre-fish, he is basically scrapped. He pulled into this area, which really right at the end of the day yesterday, focused on largemouth most of the day, but this a smallmouth area. Pulled in here at the end of the day yesterday, caught his biggest fish, decided to start here, and it seems like it's been a smart move for him. Already got 10 or 12 fish in the boat and slowly culling up. It's Champlain. He's going to need more than the 14 pounds he's got, but happy with his start here on day number 2. Much different than yesterday.
Dave, every single time that we come to Lake Champlain, Ticonderoga is a factor. Granted, it's hard to keep up at Ticonderoga for 4 days. Were a lot of the anglers really surprised that Ticonderoga this time around not a factor?
Hugely surprised, and even more surprising this morning. During takeoff, I stood with Davey Hite, and literally every boat went left out of takeoff. I think 2 or 3 might have headed down there, and that's shocking because coming into this event, and again, you know, anglers like to lie sometimes, but coming into this event, I heard a lot more anglers say to me that the last time we were here, I didn't make the run to tie because it wasn't worth it. But they said they were thinking about that run here today or in this event. Yesterday we had a little more wind. I thought maybe that held off a few of them, but it is pancake flat. If there is ever a day to run, it's today, and hardly any of them made that run. So I don't know if that's Ty's fishing bad or our field is beat down from last week's battle on the St. Lawrence River, and more importantly, not just the tournament, but if you look at these 2 pre-fishes this week here and the week before the St. Lawrence River, it was a grinder as far as, you know, wind. They were beat up pretty bad.
Dave was speaking of the being beaten up from last week on the St. Lawrence. We actually had our 2 guys, the 2 guys who topped the leaderboard for the duration of the tournament in our top 10 to start today. How well are they holding up? Are they in danger of running out of gas? Man, those guys really left nothing on the table at our last stop.
I really don't think either of those guys are going to run out of gas. When you're catching them, I mean, really the people that run out of the gas, if you ask me, it's guys who are struggling. You know what I mean? It's the end of a couple-week road trip, and when you're struggling, that's when you drop it. But when you're catching them like those guys have been, they're not going to and you look at some of the, you know, they're not going to lay off at all or burn out. I mean, I just really think that if you ask those guys, they'd rather us keep going for another month after this. Once you catch them and you're catching them, you don't want to get off the water because we've seen it time and time again. The people that stay on the water are consistently on the bite. So they're not going to burn out. Me and you guys maybe, not them.
Okay. Dave, you are, like all of us in studio, you're one of the most biased, unbiased parts of our organization here at Bass.
What?
It was obviously, but on a serious note, it was a big week for Chris Johnston, his brother, and for Canada, for all the sportsmen, hunters, and fishermen up there with that victory. Talk about that and what kind of the vibe has been since that win last week for it taking so long.
Well, I mean, 92, 93, we had the Jays. Last year we had the Raptors. And this year, Chris Johnston. What else do you need? To give you guys an idea of how big a story it was there, I mean, the dude made national news. You know, he was on CTV, a bunch of different national networks, which is the equivalent of being on NBC, CBS, ESPN here in the U.S. Incredible amount of support. And really the big story right now is, will they have to quarantine and will we be able to party right away as soon as they cross the border? By we, I mean the masturbators and all the weirdos that follow those guys.
Did he say he was on SCTV?
No, CTV.
CTV. Got it.
That's what he said. Dave, outstanding reporting from the international view as well. We always depend on our own Dave Mercer for getting on the stories and giving us the wider view, give us the view from 30,000 feet in some cases. The great Dave Mercer will be cranking up the weigh-in at 3 p.m. today in Plattsburgh, New York.
So bad that Ronnie has no idea what the SCTV is. No, he really
never will.
I've pretty much tuned you out today.
Well, you know what? It is nice you came in a studio a little bit kinder.
Less grouchy. It's great. It was great.
Why
rough edges.
Listen, for the folks at home, we're not on ESPN.
I had someone message me last night asking if I was okay and what was wrong. So
what was the
problem? National news. Well, it's just Facebook. Zuckerberg just took the day off and wouldn't let anything go up online, and we got to post it, let people know there's a tournament going on. So he's getting frustrated.
So your problem was social media yesterday morning, and you took it
Right.
out on the rest of the group.
Right. Sharp elbows for the rest of us. You know how that goes.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, where else do you take it out on if you can't
Right.
take it out on people on
Right.
social media?
I had a bad mock draft.
So, well.
Yeah. Why
Your
don't you wail on us for a
Your
while?
Bears had actual bad
Okay.
drafts. Sorry.
Ronnie knows
Sorry.
about Dr. Tung's 3D House of Smallmouth.
Be the same
What?
one. That one's little.
Like out of nowhere.
Dr. Dung.
You just mentioned SCTV.
Hello.
I don't like this bait at all, but it catches fish. He's bigger than I thought he was, actually. Hold still, hold still, hold still, hold still. All right, there's number 5. Not big, but we'll take it.
It's not good when you willingly swing in smallmouth on a spinning rod, but it is fun. I like to see them do that. Just get them in the boat.
Probably another 2.5.
If you don't like your odds on landing them
Yep,
with your hands, then that's the way to go, huh?
Boy, keep your eye on Micah Frazier. We've been with him this morning
Do a
catching
little
a
maintenance
fish
here.
hole
We'll put that
in the
3-pounder
inland
on
sea,
that
very
side.
deep, 20 to 50 feet of water. But while he's been fighting some, we've seen a couple explosions with Micah Frazier.
I'm gonna keep this thing honest today because when it gets slick calm like this,
like
you
that.
can catch a big one on it. Yeah, we got a decent limit in the boat. Slick, calm, and sunny. I'm up on top of this little bar close to where I've been dropping on some. Pick the spook up. I'm gonna see if I can get a bite on it. Gonna try to keep it honest throughout the day and just see. Because I know what you can do when it's in these conditions with topwater on this lake. It can be pretty stupid sometimes.
That was earlier Micah Frazier today. As you say, he's been catching them just steady. Caught him all day long yesterday. Quietly going about his work, as is his custom.
You can catch some gorillas on a topwater in the inland sea if they get like that.
Did you see how slick it was where Dave Mercer was?
Yes.
That was like...
I noticed Dave Mercer did not make a very long run today, as in a couple hundred yards from the takeoff.
Hey, if that's
Hey, there's a guy. I'm going to him.
That's where the news is. That's
right.
where you go.
Dude.
And this is earlier today with Micah Frazier. And a spot that really has a very, very high potential of reloading every day. Usually when you see those deep spots start to, when you're near the basin, the deep basin of the inland sea, they have a big time tendency to reload back up towards Rouse's Point with Buddy Gross, who also has had a solid morning.
I think yesterday Kyle Monty, 19th place, 18
So we
and a
just
half
got
pounds.
over here to another shallow spot that I caught several off of yesterday. I just lost one. I'm just not executing good today. It's just been one of them days. I think I'm rushing everything a little bit too much. I went to my big largemouth spot, didn't get a bite, but I really believe it's because I'm there early. I'm hoping, we got 4 fish now. I'm hoping we can pick up a fish or 2 right here in this little area and then calm my nerves down to get a limit. It won't weigh much, but then I calm down, start spreading out a little bit. I may have to run a bunch of new water. I was thinking some of this used water would be good again today, and I may be wrong. It may be one of those deals where I need to run new stuff every day. Get some funny bites today. just got off. I mean, 3-pounder. They're biting at the tail of it. I swear they're holding the tail of it, not even getting the whole thing in their mouth.
TH Marine Weather Watch for you right there.
Look
Current
at that
conditions.
wind.
Perfect
East.
little break up there on the water. 1 mile an hour out of the east.
Said nobody ever on Lake Champlain. Wow. You know, we said this yesterday on our ESPN2 broadcast. So we've been in New York now for 6 days, and 5 of them have been unbelievably nice. As far as the winds go, it's pretty much all you really tend to look at when you're in upstate New York.
A few little passing showers yesterday, but we'll look at it today. It's just high and blue and beautiful.
Tommy, actually, I'm going to totally contradict. There was more than showers yesterday.
Oh, it's just a little bitty, brief downpours. Okay, brief downpours.
I think one hit, from watching the weigh-in with Dave Mercer yesterday, I think one must have hit right before our last flight came in, because those guys were wet rats coming onto the stage.
Mullins hooked up.
Look at that crazy thing right there. There's another one with him. There's a 4-pounder with him. You see that other one with him?
That is some crazy jumping. He was right. That's a man. One wild smallmouth there. David Mullins out there cranking as hard as he can, and he's been in the right places today. Just a little bit smaller, generally, than some of our other guys.
Again, to talk about David Mullins' game plan, almost identical to Stetson. Doing a lot of cranking on the New York side, on the Rouses Point flat. And then later in the day, going into the inland sea, both of them going into the inland sea to make their upgrades later today on smallmouth, not largemouth, like guys like Jamie Hartman and Seth Feider.
I started talking about Monte. He's the only one who really did well down in Ticonderoga. But we heard a lot of guys say in practice it didn't happen for him down there. Maybe that's why we didn't have that many even go down there.
Ticonderoga did not even, when we were on camera with John Cox down there.
He didn't have a great day.
It didn't even look, lack of mats,
Lowen,
lack of the grass just looked not good. Like
it literally looked like the James River, the Potomac, not a lush. It looked dead tidal, like Tommy said yesterday. It looked tidal,
tied out with the Potomac, exactly. Well, this is where we see Seth Feider in a place where he really kind of turned on all the jets yesterday and got his limit in shape, we'll put it that way.
I think one of the interesting things with Seth Feider yesterday, starting off on smallmouth, really not getting it done.
Not big enough.
With the smallmouth, where we've seen him earlier this morning, and kind of pulled the plug pretty early. Then he went into the inland sea, but the 5 bass that he weighed in yesterday were all largemouth, and he said he did not really want to do that on day number 1. He wanted some filler fish, 3.5 to 4 pound smallmouth, like that. Then went into the inland sea, got it done with his jig and craw tube. And one of the things Seth Feider said last night, he has a lot in the tank, largemouth, that he never went near on day number 1.
He said as much yesterday, talking to us at the end of the day there. Boy, this is where he can make a difference. He's down 4 pounds to Hartman, but boy, he can gnaw into that pretty good here if he gets anything going like he did yesterday.
And really on the ESPN2 broadcast yesterday, it's not like he was catching largemouth all day. It was really like a 30-minute flurry of big ones.
Catch that one.
For a while, it was just about every pitch.
Seth, always horribly entertaining to watch.
Back live.
Not as dumb. Not as stupid. A little better. Things went a little more as planned this morning. Was able to catch some good filler smallies and now we're down on our bucket heads earlier than I was expecting, or at least earlier than yesterday. So we got a good start, got 4 nice smallies, and basically just looking for a 5-pounder now. One crack of the whip and we're right there. I'd like to get 2 great big ones, but one would be good.
In looking at these marinas played a big factor yesterday in a lot of our bigger largemouth. Look for that to happen again today. Seth was not the only one that we had a camera with that was focusing on the marinas.
Boy, lots of time left on this day for movement up and down that leaderboard, but Jamie Hartman so far, boy, he jumped out fast and he has kept a good distance between him and the rest of the field except Micah Frazier. Frazier's turned it on today, so he's cut into Hartman's lead considerably. Seth Feider just now getting over to what really got him well into a big limit yesterday. Scott Canterbury making his appearance in the top 5 there. Brandon Lester again jumping in.
Good to see guys starting to switch to largemouth, though. It just gives a way different dynamic, and got to see some pretty big bucket heads from about this time on all the way to the weigh-in yesterday.
Yeah, we expect the same thing today. It's going to be plenty of action as we continue on into day 2.
The Bassmaster Elite at Lake Champlain is being brought to you live by Skeeter Boats.
Wherever the trail gets rough and the mud gets deep, you'll find a Toyota Tacoma. It's the best-selling compact pickup in America for 12 years, and it's not because we baby them. If you want to play, you need a Tacoma. What do a taco and a taco truck have in common? Nothing. If you want to play, you need a Tacoma.
If you love bass fishing, then show your support by joining BASS today. With your membership, you'll receive every issue of Bassmaster magazine, plus $50 in free gear, including a membership tackle bag, BASS cap, plus more. Click now on this video to join today.
Fish and win with Skeeter Real Money. Fish out of your Skeeter boat, win a Skeeter approved contingency paying event, and you could add $5,000 to your winnings. Just enter, fish, and win. It's that easy. Rules and conditions apply. Visit SkeeterBoats.com and click the Real Money logo to register and learn more, or visit your local Skeeter dealer. Fish, win, get paid up to $5,000. Go to SkeeterBoats.com and see why now is the best time to enter, fish, and win with Skeeter Real Money.
You don't know their names yet, but you will.
It's been said that a bad day of fishing is better than a good day at work. Getting you to that fishing spot is key, and Bully Dog gets your truck road ready. No matter where, we give you the horsepower and towing torque right when you need it. We make getting there better. Make your ride a Bully Dog.
Your time on the water is precious. You return season after season to make unforgettable memories. Fight a few fish, reconnect with friends, and recenter yourself. If you count on having this time, you need an outboard you can count on to power it. That's why boaters stay with Yamaha for the long run, for life. They know reliability starts here.
If you want to play, you need a Tacoma.
The Bassmaster Elite at Lake Champlain is brought to you by Humminbird, Mercury, Minn Kota, and by Talon.
Hey, one of the prettiest places in the US of A, and the fishing is outstanding. We're going to go on for another hour here with our morning session of Bassmaster Live. Coming back 11:30 on ESPN2 for you there, taking you all the way to 3 p.m., and that's weigh-in time. Very important weigh-in on day number 2. Man, oh man, there's going to be some grinding to get into that 40th spot.
We actually talked about how low Lake Champlain is. Look at that aerial right there. You see that very green reed patch? That is one of the reed patches Jason Christie was flipping a few years ago that had about, call it 4 more feet of water in it.
Wow, that's a difference. You wouldn't know it from the fishing, man. They are catching them out there today. Jamie Hartman, the New York native, started the day with the lead. All right. There's Noah. Thank you, Noah. Jamie Hartman just got a little time now. Get some nutrition going and get ready to continue the campaign. Will he go for more smallmouth? Been a very successful smallmouth morning for Jamie Hartman, much more so than yesterday at the same time.
Get back up to the Rouses Point area. Big morning so far for David Mullins. Slow upgrades. One of the few anglers said he's definitely around a lot of wolf packs.
Golly.
Whoa.
Did you see that? Go, stay down. I ain't tired of playing with you. Get up in here. There we go.
Oh,
Tired of messing with him.
He is playing with fire. jumping down the bottom of the boat with no shoes on, with a smallie with a face full of silver spiders.
Oh my God.
Is that what they are?
Absolutely. Yeah.
They'll bite you.
That's a little better right there. That's 3.5 easy.
Very well put. Mullins back in the top 10.
Hey, I'm dead serious. Doing that is a bad. I had a cameraman that would do that. We shot a cranking show for smallies. And he would jump in the bottom of the boat. I said, don't ever do that. He did it one more time, and we were at the ER 2 hours later.
See, that's.
And he never did it again.
That I don't know. He's not with us anymore.
I did an article, talk to elites about their footwear choices, where some people just, I love my little flip-flops, and other guys say, no, I need an athletic shoe to hook set, because I mentioned the hook possibilities, and, well, you can get to them. You have 2 hands to work on. I'm like,
It's not even your feet when you do that. When those smallmouth decide that they're going to do that spin in the bottom of the boat, it's more your leg, your calf than anything.
Okay, hooked up?
Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's coming together, boys. Not a magnum, but he's gonna call a little bitty smallmouth.
Stay tuned here.
Ow.
Oh, yeah. That'll help.
That's that little bitty one he was talking about, 2.4.
The first one.
3/4 pound.
Yeah, if this goes anything like yesterday, just get ready.
And Mullins just got rid of a 1.5 with that last fish he caught.
Wow.
It's like he's found a scrape under a dock.
Going down today. Freaking going down.
Seth Feider's been pretty vocal the last couple years, winning 2 Angler of the Year events, but not a regular Elite Series tournament full field tournament that really wants to add that notch to his belt here on the Elite Series.
Well, it's a 4-day win, huh?
Right. Yeah.
Plus, because they don't pay $25,000, they pay
That's right.
$100,000.
Point
Yeah,
well
that's more.
made, Ron.
That's more. Yeah.
Yes. I guess I didn't think about that part of it.
That's the story within the story there.
Cake.
The cake.
He's probably already out in 15 foot. He's getting it. Dodging pickerels.
Yeah, he's going to need to buy some more baby shoes here soon.
That's what we're hearing.
Oh, they better not take their eyes off us. Stuff's about to go down.
Oh, we're staying.
Yeah.
What does Buddy have going on?
Buddy's got a little.
What's happening?
Line in his trolling motor issue, I think.
Did he catch 125?
We've done so good, we run them off.
Who's this? That ain't a tournament boat. It's got 2 people in it.
Young Seth Feider on the docks there.
Yeah, could be the next
hoping
one.
that fish still be on there and he wasn't, but I've got myself a real mess now. So blame me when I tell you the struggle is real.
You see who that is?
I'm afraid to leave it all jacked up. Afraid I might need something.
How you doing this morning? Doing good. It is. About perfect.
Well, you feel like there's going to be an explosion here with Seth Feider. .5/8 ounce signature outcast tackle jig. What was that color, Ron?
Magic Craw.
Magic Craw.
Not bad. Okay. Yeah. I got a 7-foot medium heavy Daiwa Tatula. 8-to-1 Steez SV. And 30-pound Suffix 131 braid. That's some brand new stuff that came out at ICAST. That line's the deal. 20-pound fluorocarbon leader and 5/8 ounce Stealth Feider flipping jig.
You can tell his day's been totally different because that would have gone in the box to cull a smallmouth yesterday, and now he's not needing to do that.
Good look at that jig.
Juicy little morsel.
We call it a menace style trailer, kind of mimicking a lot of the bluegills. Talked about that on our broadcast.
Up in here today. Oh, let's Sago again.
Money Craw.
Money Craw.
Money Craw.
Let's see if we can break the Sago curse today.
I didn't know there was a Sago curse. Sago's
Me
one of our
neither.
photographers.
Oh, there is.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh God, oh God, oh
boy.
God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, come here, come here, woo! Oh my God, oh my God, it's a 6-pounder, dude. Boom! Give me some. Where's Noah? Freaking Kong! Oh my God. Oh my God. We're gonna go out and call. Did you see that big giant come out of that pontoon? Feels right, don't it? It's gonna be a good week. Fucking Magnum. Yes, sir.
That's what it's all about, man.
Oh
Seriously.
my gosh.
You were smiling so big during that fish catch, Zeke.
That is what the Bassmaster Elite Series is. For the last 20 years, there are little moments when lightning strikes of fishing magic. I can't even talk. English is hard. Words, sentences.
You hear that,
Run-on
Z.
sentences.
I know it rattles you right now.
I know.
Not halfway.
What, do you even need to say anything?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, come here. Come here! Woo-hoo-hoo! Oh my God. Oh my God, it's a 6-pounder, dude.
That is one of the best ways to bass fish. Skipping pontoons and boat docks.
Where's Noah?
Freaking
Power pole, replay of the tournament. It will stay that way for the rest of the event. That is absolutely a Lake Champlain. That is Champy. You just caught it. Seth Feider. That's Champy. That bass has been spotted before, decades ago. It has grown. Seth Feider, you're the Power Pole replay. That was absolutely awesome. I am surprised he held profanity back right there.
That was
hard stopping.
It may indeed be the Phoenix Boats Big Bass. It was a 6'2" yesterday from Brian Schmidt, and that may eclipse it right there.
He says 6. What's it really?
That's one of the biggest Champlain largemouth we have seen in several years. That was awesome. Period. End of story. Power pole.
And such a great catch. Man, oh man, what a payoff for being out there today. We'll be right back.
The Bassmaster Elite at Lake Champlain is being brought to you live by Skeeter Boats.
I'm pro angler Andy Montgomery. I've been making my living with Strike King products for a long time. So when they showed me the new Tour Grade line, I was all in. I knew I could trust it. What I didn't know was how easy it was to use. With the spooling tool and the prepaid envelope to recycle your old line included in every single box. Not only is it the best line on the market, it gives you the easiest fishing experience possible. Find out more at StrikeKing.com.
While I travel the country on the Bassmaster Elite Series, I simply can't let the weather be the reason I don't win $100,000. That's why I use AFCO clothing to keep me warm, dry, and protected from whatever Mother Nature wants to throw at me. My season depends on it. My career depends on it. AFCO, any fish, any water.
At Mercury, we invested thousands of hours of engineering manpower so you can enjoy hours and hours of untapped horsepower. Introducing the all-new V6 Mercury Pro XS. Light, quick, efficient. Mercury, go boldly. At Mercury, there are no limits to what we'll do to make sure you have no limits either. Introducing the all-new V8 Mercury Pro XS. Light, quick, efficient. Mercury, go boldly.
Bassmaster sweepstakes prizes are crazy good, and you'd be crazy not to enter.
Yeah, baby!
Enter now to win a fishing trip with 50 at Bassmaster Classic Champion Hank Cherry. Trip includes airfare, rental car, hotel, and $500 cash, plus a Basscat Saber FTD with Mercury 150 Pro XS Garmin electronics and an amazing prize pack. Total value more than $50,000. There's a 100% chance you won't win if you don't enter. Go to Bassmaster.com and up the odds in your favor. It's fast and easy, and who knows, you could win.
It's been said that a bad day of fishing is better than a good day at work. Getting you to that fishing spot is key. And Bully Dog gets your truck road ready. No matter where, we give you the horsepower and towing torque right when you need it. We make getting there better. Make your ride a Bully Dog.
Groundbreaking designs, unsurpassed quality, and unshakable confidence. Welcome to the Ranger Z500 and Z100 series. Leading the industry for over 50 years, these rigs are custom crafted and loaded with more features and advantages to deliver the ultimate ownership experience. The legendary Ranger Z series. Unleash next level performance. Mercury, go boldly.
Introducing the Bass U TV app. Get the most out of your Bass U TV subscription and learn on the go with the Bass U TV app. Unlimited access to 700 plus training videos. Multiple new releases each week, including seminars, on-water videos, live shows, interviews, and other original content. The Bass U TV app. Never stop learning.
In the wild, nature dictates that when it's time to eat, animals will instinctively find and devour the meal that satisfies them most. In the water, Berkeley Powerbait's scientifically proven formula triggers the natural predatory instinct in bass. Now available in a plethora of shapes, sizes, and colors. Berkeley Powerbait. Fish bite and won't let go.
You're watching the Bassmaster Elite at Lake Champlain, being brought to you live by Skeeter Boats.
Might want to stick around for another 30, 40 minutes or so. We've had some big-time action here on fantastic Lake Champlain. Fourth stop of the year for the Bassmaster Elite Series. And look, tie ball game. Ladies and gentlemen, right there,
Wow.
Seth Feider, Jamie Hartman, both of them going out and catching them pretty good smallmouth-wise this morning. Jamie Hartman started with the 2-pound advantage, maybe caught a little bit more in smallmouth, but Seth Feider with one swing of the rod has tied this thing up.
Exactly. During our break, actually, after that, it was a unicorn for Seth Feider right here.
God. Oh, God.
And
oh,
Ronnie
God.
talked about this during the commercial
God.
break.
Oh, my God.
To catch a 6-pounder
Oh, my
on
God.
Champlain, a lot of folks that fish there a lot
God, come here.
will not do that in their lifetime. Giant for Seth Feider. But one of the things that Ronnie said, and he's spot on, there was a young angler on that dock fishing. I believe the kid's name was Noah. I'm dead serious. That kid will fish the rest of his life due to that moment right there, watching how big that bass was, and maybe he would have a shot at catching one of those someday in his life. That was awesome.
As big as those largemouth get on Champlain, a total game changer, and Seth Feider, a total mood changer. He said, it is going to be a great week. It has been a great week so far. I don't know how it could get any better, but there's some examples of how it can get better.
But you heard Seth Feider, that it was building into that fish catch. You could tell Seth Feider was getting his groove on, and you could tell he knew the conditions were setting up for that moment.
Man, oh man, can't wait to get back out there. But we've got important business right here and interesting stuff too. Screen of knowledge stuff, Rapala Bassmaster Fantasy Fishing. Ronnie Moore, take it away.
First off, Z, that Noah Feider 6-pounder moment, it had me almost tearing up because I've been one of those little young fishing fans that has had that moment as well. But as we bring you into Rapala Bassmaster Fantasy Fishing, wanted to break down not only the top contenders, some of the top guys. These weren't number 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3 in the standings, but rather the best guys for these different situations. A mixed bag. Jamie Hartman, he led the event yesterday. He had a mixed bag of largemouth and smallmouth. The best smallmouth angler, Micah Frazier, and the best all largemouth angler, Seth Feider. Obviously today we've seen Feider catch mixture of smallmouth and largemouth. That's really been the big player. How many fish are you going to need this week to win the event? Is it going to be 15 smallmouth and 5 largemouth? Is it going to be a 10-10 split? How is it going to be on the final day? And for these guys in fantasy fishing, Jamie Hartman's mixed bag helping out 24% of the people who selected him. Micah Frazier, for as good as he does at New York, as good as he did last week at the St. Lawrence River, only 4% of the people selected him. He is definitely holding his own with all smallmouth at the moment. And then Seth Feider, we know that he loves flipping milfoil. We know that it's going to be targeting largemouth, but the key today, he weighed in 5 largemouth yesterday. The key today, though, for having a better bag than he did yesterday, he has a couple good smallmouth in his bag, and he said that. Hey, I don't have to catch as many largemouth today to have a good bag. That 6-pounder, that's like a fish and a half for him, so he's already on a good set for that.
All right, great job, Ronnie. Thank you so much. Let's dive right in. Take a look at what they have done today. Day number 2, very, very important. Jamie Hartman starting the day with a lead over the rest of our anglers here, and boy, he got it going fast. Much faster.
You be just joining the broadcast, or if you've been hanging with us all day long, here's what exploded. Lake Champlain. Early yesterday, it was a little bit up and down. We had a lot of cloud cover. That is not the case this morning. Jamie Hartman really starting about a couple miles from our takeoff, right outside of, as we said, one of the most popular cabin rentals on Lake Champlain. We said a lot of the anglers that are fishing this tournament are going to watch this footage in a couple weeks and go, wow, that wolf pack of giant smallmouth was right in front of where I was staying.
Did not know.
Solid morning for Jamie Hartman, making not slow upgrades, really fast upgrades, living with a Carolina rig. Great, great footage early here on Lake Champlain, day number 2.
Jamie Hartman, the New York native, won in New York last year. In Finger Lakes, Cayuga Lake.
Carolina, what we'll call a ultra vibish crawdad style bait on his Carolina rig. From there, going to get over to the inland sea. I can't even speak from Seth Feider's catch. Not that I can without that catch. Boy, Micah Frazier, we have him with all 3 1/4 pound fish in his live well, I say no, Tom Sanders.
More than that. Almost certainly more than that.
Fishing deeper than a lot of our other anglers, fishing a drop shot and call it 20, and this is a very broad range. I said, how deep are you catching them, Micah? He said 20 to 50 feet.
Oh, okay.
But
narrows it down.
But really, the pod that you're looking at right here, right off the inland sea basin, the really deep water. Majority of Micah Frazier's fish today, call it 30 to 40 feet of water, has been the magic zone. Hey, and really like Jamie Hartman, just a spot that Micah Frazier said, I feel like that spot will reload every day. Not worried about it. And Micah Frazier, one of those anglers saying, oh, no. Largemouth will not play a factor in the win in this tournament.
Just expect him to do what he's doing and until further notice, until the final day and probably all through that day as well. Seth Feider better start today with the smallmouth than he had yesterday.
Solid smallmouth today. Got his cranking gig going early this morning, backing it up with a drop shot. You hear Seth Feider eerily similar to Chris Johnston last week on the St. Lawrence River in Lake Ontario. Man, he has got that calculator going, managing his fish, knowing the size he needs on smallmouth, then transitioning to the inland sea and solely targeting bigger largemouth.
Yes, sir.
Having much more fun with the smallmouth than he did yesterday. Than this.
Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's coming together, boys. Not a magnum, but... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Come here. Come here! Woo-hoo-hoo! Oh, my God. Oh, my God. It's a 6-pounder, dude. Boom! Give me some. Where's Noah?
Jumping a big 6-pounder out of the milfoil just like he does at home.
That is
Back
awesome.
on Lake Minnetonka in Minnesota. Boy, oh boy. Got Seth Feider fired up and everyone watching fired up as well. Let's get back out to our leader, Jamie Hartman, well, co-leader now.
Hey, and one thing that's worth mentioning, Hartman said this as well. You know, we like to address it sometimes, but he said that he already had one that got the Carolina rig good that may pass away on him, and if that's the case, he won't be able to call that fish. So he will have a 4-ounce penalty, which would technically put Feider in the unofficial lead.
Yesterday, they're not very friendly.
Thanks to
I
Travis.
don't even know what they're doing, if there's some kind of an event or what.
Not liking the company here.
They were the same ones that were here yesterday, remember? Weren't very friendly then either.
Todd Otten, who was 14th yesterday, is jumped up to 5th place, and Brian Schmidt has got his limit, and he's in our top 10 right now as well.
Man, Schmidt, he's just going to be one that's going to linger around.
Absolutely.
And he'll have another one of those 5 to 6s like he caught yesterday that might show up. And him and Feider will be those largemouth guys on the final day.
Here's a sweet fact. Talked to Buddy Gross last night on what he was looking for, and he was a little bit elusive. Kind of let out some of it, and we'll get into exactly what he's concentrating on.
How about that, son?
Uh-oh.
What's
Well,
it
that
say?
kid's making up some ground.
He is covering water. That's what you got to do on Champlain.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, it's not the same young man we saw on the
Well, we did see him on another angler. Or no, he might have been, he is following.
Okay.
Well, we saw him with
We saw
Jamie
him
earlier.
earlier.
The
Yeah.
guy on the
What is
dock might be
happening
Noah.
here? What's going on? So which one is Noah? I don't know.
They might actually both be. It might be a common Champlain name.
Jamie spent some time on the spot yesterday.
I think I can help out with this whole Pan Noah situation, Tommy. But anyway, what I was saying about Buddy Gross and what he's doing, I said, wow, where did you learn that? He said, Brian Schmidt had clued me in what to look for. And we'll start to break that down.
And they're roommates on the road.
They run together, with the Johnsons as well.
Such, are you scooping my interview that I did with him?
Yes.
Okay.
Apparently,
verbatim.
We have not heard from Chris Johnston today.
So look at co-leaders right in front of you. One for each eyeball.
Gosh, great service today.
Oh, it's been perfect.
Yes.
Everything has just been delightful.
Yeah, I know, Ron.
It's like the T word.
Jamie Hartman with a big call off that channel marker right there in the gut yesterday.
Feels right. I don't give a
Easy. Easy.
Hey.
Hey.
Great restrain there.
Hey, you did. He held
Great
back.
restrain.
He held back.
That's kudos.
Yeah. It was a misfire. It's progress. Misfire.
What about Seth? Is he catching him?
Well, look behind you.
If only you knew.
Oh, boy. That ain't good for my end.
Gosh, you see that cut through right there. Drawbridge going up. So many bass.
I need me a big one.
So many bass throughout the years caught right there.
Big fat green fish like yesterday. But I ain't prejudiced. I'll go fish some smallmouth and big ones.
Not that bad. Pretty good calling my shot, though.
I kind of wanted to catch one here and there and go on this side and explore a little bit more, but that's what I wanted to do, but the plan always doesn't work like that.
You know, one of the things you get from Seth, guys like Chris Johnston that won last week, which, and I don't want this to sound the wrong way, Jamie Hartman hooked up, hold on.
I don't think he's very big. No, not at all.
One of the things that you get from Seth,
Not
guys
at
like
all.
Chris
You
Johnston,
got
that maybe we would not get in years past. Not pointing fingers, they will tell you when they're on them. Absolutely. Like before a tournament begins, they'll let you know, hey, we're in really good shape, which traditionally through the decades is a big rarity.
Yeah, I think you're right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, right now, let's get out to Davey Hite. We understand Davey is ready to go. Davey did a great job, along with you, Z, yesterday, of explaining how this vegetation is different this time around, especially how maybe boat docks are the best place to find the quality vegetation. Is that still the case out there today, Davey? Is that the sort of situation we're looking at?
It is, but here's something really cool that I know when I came up north for the first time is something I'd never seen. I think a lot of our viewers probably have never seen this. So if Ashley can zoom in right there on that big piece of equipment, that's a mower. So instead of using herbicides in these beautiful, pristine waters, they actually mow certain areas, and they're mowing around this boat dock right here now. The problem is, it always seems like they are around areas that fishermen want to fish, because once that grass grows up high, then they come in to mow, and with that higher vegetation, that's when those fish get around those boat docks, and that helps a lot. I was just watching Brandon Lester, 100 yards down there. He's had a good day, and they're mowing around where he caught some of his fish yesterday. So he just left, and he's going smallmouth fishing. I know the scenario for most of the guys that have done well, Jamie Hartman, Seth Feider, you could keep naming them. Most of those guys think, hey, I can go get a good solid limit of smallmouth, and then I'm going largemouth fishing. Well, Brandon Lester said he weighed in 17, almost 18 pounds, I think it was yesterday. Caught them all smallmouth in the first hour and spent the rest of the day trying to get 1 or 2 largemouth to cold. It did not work, so he just fished this one little stretch here where we've got the mower around, and he's gone to the inland sea. He's going to fish 20, 30, even maybe 40 feet deep for smallmouth, and just try to 2 or 3 ounces here and there, get his weight up there around 19 to 20 pounds, like we saw a couple of those stringers yesterday, all smallmouth. Scott Canterbury's was amazing to me. I think he was a little shy of 20, did not have a 4-pounder. They were all like 314, 315s, 313s right in there. So the big largemouth, like we saw Seth Feider, like we saw Jamie Hartman yesterday, those are game changers. But it's not that easy. Brandon Lester has got a lot of experience here, had a great tournament last time we were here, spent about 6.5 hours yesterday trying to upgrade with the largemouth and did not make it happen.
Davey, real quick, I just got a text from cameraman Eric Kafka that Seth is now shaking fish off for tomorrow in the last 10 to 15 minutes. Does a one Davey Hite on day 2 start shaking fish off if you are?
Oh no. Hey, Seth Feider's, he's the man right now. He's getting it done. I'm not going to go against what he's saying, but gosh, it's hard to win one of these things. And when they're biting, you need to take advantage of it. Hey, I would maybe go to a different area or try to find new water. Probably not shake fish off. But hey, Seth Feider's got it figured out. He just caught what looks like the biggest fish we've had so far. It looked bigger than 6'2" to me. But I don't think I'd be shaking him off a jig on day 2 personally.
Great stuff, Davey Hite. Thank you so very much. We're going to be leaning on Davey plenty as we go through this day. Seth Feider, man, oh man, I think it's bigger than 6'2" as well.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how giant one right here for Seth. I'm really looking forward to see how he manages the rest of today and what we see with Seth Feider going into our midday break.
How about that mower? We put a pause on everything in the past few months. Can't we put a pause on mowing for this week?
I'm going to say something. Davey said it's really cool. And mowers are cool because they're not dumping herbicides. And you do not want to be near one of those mowers if you're a grass flipper.
No.
Just bing bong.
It's bad news.
Note to self.
Bad news for those grass flippers. And there's going to be plenty of them, probably more of them as we go through the day. Yeah, well, watch out over there. Jamie Hartman, Seth Feider tied at the top of the leaderboard. It's starting to look like last week. Like the Fraser, Stetson Blaylock, and Scott Canterbury. Maybe put us up to date on Scott Canterbury. All 3-pound, 14-ounce smallmouth in his limit right there. Very, very interesting goings on this very interesting week, 4th week for the Bassmaster Elite Series at Champlain.
The Bassmaster Elite at Lake Champlain is being brought to you live by Skeeter Boats.
What do a taco and a taco truck have in common? Nothing. If you want to play, you need a Tacoma.
Groundbreaking designs, unsurpassed quality, and unshakable confidence. Welcome to the Ranger Z500 and Z100 series. Leading the industry for over 50 years, these rigs are custom crafted and loaded with more features and advantages to deliver the ultimate ownership experience. The legendary Ranger Z series. Unleash next level performance. Mercury, go boldly.
with Skeeter Real Money. Fish out of your Skeeter boat, win a Skeeter-approved contingency paying event, and you could add $5,000 to your winnings. Just enter, fish, and win. It's that easy. Rules and conditions apply. Visit SkeeterBoats.com and click the Real Money logo to register and learn more, or visit your local Skeeter dealer. Fish, win, get paid. Up to $5,000. Go to SkeeterBoats.com and see why now is the best time to enter, fish, and win with Skeeter Real Money.
This reel allows you to cover more water, make more casts, giving you more opportunities to catch more fish. The new Revo Rocket, Abu Garcia for life.
Introducing the Bass U TV app. Get the most out of your Bass U TV subscription and learn on the go with the Bass U TV app. Unlimited access to 700 plus training videos. Multiple new releases each week, including seminars, on-water videos, live shows, interviews, and other original content. The Bass U TV app. Never stop learning.
I'm pro angler Andy Montgomery. I've been making my living with Strike King products for a long time. So when they showed me the new Tour Grade line, I was all in. I knew I could trust it. What I didn't know was how easy it was to use. With the spooling tool and the prepaid envelope to recycle your old line included in every single box. Not only is it the best line on the market, it gives you the easiest fishing experience possible. Find out more at StrikeKing.com.
At Mercury, we invested thousands of hours of engineering manpower so you can enjoy hours and hours of untapped horsepower. Introducing the all-new V6 Mercury Pro XS. Light, quick, efficient. Mercury, go boldly. At Mercury, there are no limits to what we'll do to make sure you have no limits either. Introducing the all-new V8 Mercury Pro XS. Light, quick, efficient. Mercury, go boldly.
You don't know their names yet, but you will.
When I'm on the road for work or for fun, I always like to have a reliable generator around. This open frame inverter from Champlain is ideal because it's lighter than a standard open frame generator and more affordable than a traditional inverter. The remote start helps me start up the generator or shut it off without having to leave my camper. It provides essential power for things like charging my boat batteries, also makes life a lot more comfortable for myself and my family.
Your time on the water is precious. You return season after season to make unforgettable memories. Fight a few fish, reconnect with friends, and recenter yourself. If you count on having this time, you need an outboard you can count on to power it. That's why boaters stay with Yamaha for the long run, for life. They know reliability starts here.
pre-collision system, standard, on the 2020 Tacoma, so you can go from one epic playground to the next. If you want to play, you need the Tacoma.
The Bassmaster Elite at Lake Champlain is brought to you by
Abu Garcia, Berkeley, Nitro Boats, and by Ranger Boats.
Blue skies, light winds, a sparkling day on Lake Champlain here, and obviously a good day for bass fishing. That's what we've been experiencing all morning long on Bassmaster Live, the fourth stop of the year, and look at that. Great competition as well. Just under 40 pounds tied up. Hartman Feider at the top of the leaderboard. Guys like Frazier, Blaylock, and Canterbury. Todd Auten now joining the chase. Now, what a leaderboard all day long.
And we are going to be on ESPN2 later today. Big shout out and congratulations, Mike Golick. Last day, Golick and Wingo, over 20 years on ESPN2 for Mike Golick. A big hats off. And don't get me wrong, he's a little bit, it's a bittersweet day. Sad, it's the final episode. But his number one fantasy guy, Seth Feider, brought a glimmer, a little bit of a smile.
Yes, we're going to miss him a lot. Man, what a great show. I mean, a rare combination of relaxed and super energetic. It was just a perfect way to get caught up on sports every day. Yes, just hats off to those guys.
Hey, honestly, Golick needs to back off. He's going to be 2 for 2 on picks. I don't need him taking my job over here. I'm going to, no, not about that.
No. He's going to start joining you on the Fantasy Fishing Podcast. Right? Hey, how about Jamie Hartman earlier this morning?
All day.
Seth Feider, we are going to be compiling footage for the next hour before we go to ESPN2.
Again, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. We'll come back here, Bassmaster.com, on the app, and on ESPN2. So it's going to be 3 ways to enjoy.
Oh my God, it's a 6-pounder, dude. Boom! Give me some. Where's Noah?
As we said, a true Lake Champlain unicorn right there, my friend. Taking a look at our big bass so far today.
Yeah, no contest.
No, that was an absolute runaway right there. But what we got to see yesterday, hopefully you're going to see a lot of that today. Really, the biggest ones that we saw caught on camera yesterday were from this time to weigh-in.
Almost all the way up to the weigh-in.
Yes.
It was exciting stuff all afternoon long. A lot of places we go, I mean, full disclosure here, we have a giant lull at midday in most cases. Today, not going to be the case. It certainly wasn't the case yesterday.
Hit you with an update. All right, day 2, Lake Champlain. Went smallmouth fishing this morning. Caught 4 nice ones. Pulled the plug on that at about 9. Ran to my primary largemouth area where I caught all my weight yesterday. Fished in there for not long, maybe 20 minutes. Caught a 3 1/4 largie to give it to where I had 5 good ones, and then 5 minutes later caught a 6 1/4 bucket. Called out that 3-pound largemouth, and I just backed off of that stuff, and now I'm looking for new water. But we already found one spot. I shook off a big one and another bite out of another patch of grass, so hopefully we can catch those ones tomorrow if we need them, or Sunday, or whenever, wherever. And
Tell me about Zona lighting you up last night.
oh yeah, I mean, did we talk about that on live?
Yep.
Sure.
He just told me to turn it down 34%. Zona. Oh, I know what he meant. Wanted me to tighten up a little bit. It was a little sloppy yesterday on live. I think I killed it today.
I think I did.
You?
Yeah.
Murdered it.
Oh,
Dream
no.
team, baby.
Eric
Hey,
Captor is stirring it up
Yeah,
out
he
there.
is.
I'm 100% glad your stories lined up perfectly. That's impressive.
What a morning.
Oof. I just hope he gets tired of doing this, shaking him off, and gets back after and starts beating on some of these things again.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
hey, just we don't need you shaking them off the rest of the day.
No, nobody needs to do that.
That's a good one.
Quiet
Brandon
Brandon today.
Where are you going? Where are you going? No, don't you jump, don't you jump. Gosh, it's so mean. Come on. Come on. Stay on there. We need this one bad. We got one little one in there we need to call. Come on. Stop that. Whew, heart is pounding right now. You guys can hear it. We got drones flying, live cameras everywhere. Oh, stay down, stay down, stay down. Yes, yes. See that? Little slammer right in his face. Hooked right where you want them. Top of their mouth is a lot harder, so you want to hook them right up there, right behind that lip. We got one little one in here we need to get rid of. How's that for a swap? Not a bad swap right there. Let that little buddy go. All right. Not quite the 4-pounders we need, but moving in the right direction. That's up.
Yeah, £1.5 upgrade or more. That's a move in the right direction for
Tommy,
Brandon
it
Pollock.
has been a charcuterie tray of techniques.
It has been.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
But a
I got more where that came from.
Couple 5-pounders. Wrinkling.
That jumped him up to
More
7th
culinary
place.
terms, if you don't mind. That was great. Good stuff right
yeah.
there.
Don't worry.
Debbie Glaws already.
That's the standings right now. You don't get any tighter than that. Two great anglers right at the top. Scott Canterbury has proven he's one of the great ones as well over the last 18 months. Your defending Angler of the Year champ right there, moving back up that AOY leaderboard during the course of day number 2 here on Lake Champlain. Micah Frazier, you said it. Look out for that guy all the way to the very end of this tournament right here. What a tournament we have had so far. Lake Champlain, well, it's always great, but today it just seems a little bit even dialed up more, a little tweaked up a little more. Wonderful.
There he is.
Wonderful stuff. Man, oh man.
What a morning, man.
Oh, we have enjoyed a lot today, just beyond all possible expectations, and we have every expectation of bringing you back for some more this afternoon. Again, it's going to be here on Bassmaster.com on the app. And joining up with ESPN2 again tomorrow, or today, rather, at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And we will take you with 3.5 hours all the way to weigh-in time on this very, very important day. After today at the weigh-in, the field gets cut down to 40.
That was a unbelievable morning of bass fishing.
Oh, God.
But exhausting.
We got to sit and digest that. We'll roll the cameras all the way through our breaks. The fishermen will keep on going, and we'll be back to show it all to you in 1 hour's time.
Under there. Oh, that's not one of our guys. It's literally gonna roll up right out there. No, the best stuff is out there. It's freaking Austin Felix. Ah. That sucks. Caught a 4-pounder right out there, like literally right where he's pulling up.
I'll color that one anyway. There's one. It's not good, but it's going to color a little bitty 12-incher. Good coal. Not real good weight, but we got a good coal. Right now, it's what we're after. Man, I tell you what, I ain't never had this much trouble. Nope, not gonna. Oh my gosh, he's got another one with him. The other one was bigger. This one ain't gonna help me though. Oh, he's sickly looking too. Skinny as could be. Come on, buddy. Come on, come on, come on. I'll get you out of here, get you back in there. turn it. There we go. Good. Set that hook, I come right over top of your head. That's got a bad nick in it. Man, look at these crawfish. All little guys. Yeah, I gotta replace that, man. I gotta replace this leader real quick. There was another one with him that he might have helped me, but not by a ton, but he would have helped me. He was a 3, probably just over 3, 3 1/4, looked like decent fish. Carpet's wet, so I'm trying to sit on my decal. He wasn't lying. And I got to do some weighing real quick. It's going to take a minute. Quit it. Yeah, be close. We're going to be down for just a second, okay?
We're getting close to some.
That is the biggest one I've hooked all week. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, like all the feelers in my body right now. Oh my gosh. Biggest one I've hooked all week. We got people cheering in the background. Come on. Come on. I knew it was a big one on the graph. Come on. Gosh, stay on there. No, it's not the biggest one I've hooked all week. She looked a little bigger when she jumped, but it's a big one. It'll definitely call. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Gosh, they're so pretty in that clear water. Come on. Get up here. Get up here. Easy, easy. Easy, easy. Oh, get over here. Get over here. Get over here. Yes. That's the kind we needed. Oh. Yeah, she was hooked good. That's what we were after. Gosh, I cannot even get that out of there. Yes. Between this one and an old crooked draw. That was a good coal right there. Look at that. That's an upgrade. That's what we need. Thank you. Appreciate your time and your efforts, little buddy. Make sure these guys are doing good. Everybody's healthy on that side. That's what I'm talking about. Look what he spit up right there. Give the people a look. Petey the perch. Petey the perch. You are sitting on my drop shot, though. I'm gonna need you to get up. Nope, you are free and clear. Looks like there is a massive wad of fish down there right now. I don't know what they all are, but that fish was sitting by itself right on top of like just a little flat rock. Just sitting there by himself. That's a 3 3/4. We'll give that one three. We'll give her 3 3/4. That one's bigger. That's more in the region of goodness. Not slowing down till we get 20. Still got time. Still got time. Just gotta keep after it. Keep grinding.
I don't think he's gonna go over 3, man. I really don't. No way. No. 2.7. good. Smallies are chewing, dude. They are definitely chewing. I just need a big bite. He must be struggling, huh? He must be struggling. He said, I ain't got a clue. He said, I watched him catch him yesterday, and he said, I know I'm around him. He's gonna go right where I caught him yesterday out in front of him when I pulled up. I don't blame him. You know, if he ain't catching them. I doubt it. I doubt it. He's one of them stubborn guys. Oh. Pike, not even a pickerel. Northern pike. Tasty northern. Slimy, yeah. Do you think he was a begging when he took off?
I thought you were going to be mad for setting up.
I mean, if it's a 5-pounder, I'm not going to feel that bad. Not here. You know, this little call, it's going to be catching like a 3.5. That's really going to get a guy going. Line's just shredded. That freaking grass is covering zebra mussels, so when they start sawing you through there, it just tears your line up.
Oh, you may not want to.
What, the rig?
Yeah. Is that good?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Okay, this is a Texas rig. Got a 7.3 medium heavy Daiwakage, Tatula SV, 8-1, 30 pound. I got 832 braid on this one, 20 pound Suffix fluorocarbon leader. And then I got a bobber stop that keeps my weight pegged. Slides over a line. That's a 1/2 ounce Wu tungsten flipping sinker. And then the business end's a 4/0 ringed VMC hook. I don't know if you can see that. I just think the hookup's a lot better on it, and then with the peg sinker, your knot never gets off to the side. Every time it falls, it's perfectly straight. It never does that if your knot gets turned. So it's always in and out, and I don't know, just takes a little leverage away from them, and seems like it hooks them really good. And then just got a little flipping bait on there and dabbing around in the MILF. You get a shot of this? You gotta play some sexy music when you're looking at that through the lens finder. That's some brown chicken, brown cow stuff, you know what I mean? I think they're all little there. There's too many of them there. Good big fish spot. You should only get a couple, 2-3 bites on a pass through it. If you're getting bit every flip, they ain't gonna be big. Yeah, wife's ready to pop any minute. No real progression yesterday, so hopefully that thing stays in there for a couple more days till I get home. But yeah, looking forward to it. It's gonna be my second kid. Done after that. 2 is enough, I think. And yeah, hopefully everything works out well. Everybody's happy and healthy, and hopefully I'm home when it happens. If not, I'm sorry. We're gonna name her Violet. We already got one named Rose. It'll be Rose and Violet. That's undecided. Might be. You know it's like the Loch Ness Monster lives in, right? Champy. Yeah, Champ. I seen him one day. Yeah. That day I was running back from Thai, fishing an open a few years ago. I saw the Champ. Okay, I was running, it's like super giant waves. That's the only time Champ comes out. Like today, he's sitting in 100 feet, he's on the bottom. But it was like the worst boat ride of my life, just 6 to 8 footers the whole way back from Thai. And the Champ come up and said hello. Yeah, I seen him off in the distance in between the waves. He come up, and he's real long, you know what I mean? Like, he was out of the water here, and then like under the water, then out of the water there again. I saw him, and I think he waved at me. I felt a connection to him.
Talked to another one of our competitors who swears he saw him on the downstand.
Really?
80 feet.
That sounds about right. They like it deep. They're so big, I mean, they can't go up in 20 feet of water. It's just out of the question. They got to live in that, 180 plus. They just come up at night to feed on kayakers. I don't know if I like the motorboats. I think it's like stand-up paddle boarders they get a lot. And hot yoga. Yeah. On a paddleboard. Yep. If you're doing yoga on a paddleboard, for sure Nessie's gonna eat you.
No, Champ.
Champ, sorry. Well, they're related. They're cousins.
We got them fired up. Another small guy. They're liking that jig. We just wasn't around them. I kept fishing, trying to make them be in places that they wasn't, and we made a move, and we started getting bit finally. It's a good thing. Still need a big fish or two. We don't have anything over 3 1/4 probably. I think we got one good bite away from being able to fish tomorrow though. We ain't gonna be up there like we were yesterday. But one good bite keeps us in the hunt. And we all know from what them boys did last year and what I did this year, you follow. If you can make the cuts, you got a chance. You got to be there in order to do it, though. They're not even playing with it now. Whenever it hits the water, sometimes they're hitting it before it hits the bottom, and that time it just grabbed it and run with it. I mean, there must be a pretty good pile of them down there for be fighting over it like that. That's a good thing. I just don't want to sit here and burn up the same size fish, but I caught one great big one here in practice. So I'm gonna fool with them for a few more minutes before we do something different. Last few tournaments, I'm gonna have to get me a t-shirt that says Jig Life instead of Salt Life. Jig's been good to me. This is another place, like I was telling you, it's got a grass line up there, spawning bay, and they just places that they're pulling out to. Kind of weird. I'm not even hitting the rock. I'm just kind of out beside it where these bites have been coming from. They're kind of, if y'all are still with us though, we got stained water compared to where I've been. I'm liking that. See how big a group we got. I'm gonna spread it out a little bit. I'm still staying way off of them too, trying to get all the stealth I can get out of them. I'll have to pull up here in a minute and get on the other side. Throw my worm off too. There's another one with him. Oh, there's two more. Oh, there's a big one. Look at that 4-pounder. There's a 4-pounder down there. There's a 4-pounder down there. Gosh, get out of the way. Get out of the way. There's a 4-pounder right there. God, come on, don't get tangled. No. 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 Freaking drop shot. I don't have anything else to drop on them either. Okay. Hopefully he's still there, I don't know. I think he's got it. No, 4-pounder's still there, I see it. 4-pounder's still there. Come here. 4-pounder's still right there. No. He's still right there. He threw my weight off. I mean, a train wreck. Oh, that ain't got a weight either. No. You see how big that other one was? He's got it. Got him. I tell you, that's a train wreck of all train wrecks right there. I don't even know if that's him. No, the other one's below him. Look at the 4-pounder below him. Look at the 4-pounder below him. Oh my gosh. This one won't even help me, I don't think. I don't think this nail. Come here. Come here. That one ain't gonna help. If we can catch this last one. He's a big one. Oh, what's going on? Come on. Where's he at? I'm sorry, there's a 4-pounder right here. I've hooked 3 of them and I can't get him to bite. He's got it. I think he's got it. He's got it. No, he don't. That's a 2-pounder. Where's the big one at? There's a giant down there. I can't get him to bite. Get off there. Get off there.
There's a reason he's 4 pounds. You can't catch him. Darn it. I mean, he was 10 inches longer than the other one. You see how big he was? I didn't know there was that many fish down there. Heck, every time I dropped down, there was another one coming out of nowhere and eating it.
Easy, easy, big boy. It's a lot of the same fish. I mean, you put a few pounds on him, he's rock solid. That's a gorgeous fish, but he's just too small. Man, they are biting though. I know if them smaller ones are biting, so are the big ones, so. I just got to put it in front of the right one. And they're reacting to it too. I'm cracking it out of that grass. So you see it crack, crack, and all of a sudden, whoop. So they're feeding and they're reacting to it. Just got to get it in front of the right one right now. A bunch of the same size ones in there right now. Normally it's the big fish spot. This is where we caught 2 4s yesterday. If you do remember. That's a bitter one. I do believe. Oh yeah. I don't think he's a giant, but I think he's a helper. Strong. Super strong. Maybe not, man. I don't know. I'm so used to looking. Man, he's hooked good too. Yeah, oh gosh, he choked it. Oh my God, I can't keep it out of their throats. Man, oh man. I think that's just a flesh wound. I know that's crazy, but that works. That's a helper. Number 3. It's got to be over 3, right?
Yeah, he'd appreciate that. Yeah, all their seats are usually the most comfortable. That millennial seat? They tout it like it's the greatest thing ever. Well, either way, you're still sitting on it. It can't be that much different.
Yeah, I'm just happy to sit there. I'm not leading, but
ice. Throw some ice in there. I meant to do that earlier.
That's the way to drink water.
Mm-hmm. Straight vodka. That's the only way to have your water out here. Get out all those drum. Carl. Looks like Carl. No, it's not. It's Paquette. I could just tell it was a bass cat, but figured it was Carl. Yeah. American Fishing Tackle Company. No, they're a clothing brand. Yeah.
Well, I've caught most of my fish yesterday out here, and basically what I'm doing is holding my drop shot with my warning shot on there, and I'm just looking for individual fish out here. It's kind of a challenge because I can't just fish and catch them. I have to actually see something to throw at, and just by throwing at as many fish that I can see as possible, I'm ending up catching 6 or 8 a day. Up to this point, I have not caught one yet today doing this, which is a very big surprise, being as that it's the perfect weather for it. But I'm just looking at the Garmin Live Scope and panning out across these points. There's really nothing special to it other than just you go forever without seeing a fish, and that's the problem right now, is I'm not seeing any fish out here. I caught 2 nice ones on this point yesterday, and I'm not seeing anything out here today yet. To me, it's a hard way to fish, because you know you're not going to catch one if you're standing there with your bait in your hand, but at the same time, if you make a cast, that's when you're sure as the world going to see one down there and not be able to catch it because your bait's already out in the water. In practice, it was pretty, I wouldn't say easy, but about every other place you pulled up, you'd catch a solid one out here, just trolling around till you see one. I think for me, that's the biggest opportunity to catch a couple more 4-pounders like I did yesterday. I mean, the topwater thing worked a little bit this morning, but this can be kind of confusing at times because you feel like it's perfect, no wind, perfect sunny conditions. They ought to be out here just roaming around, be able to see them everywhere. But the thing is, with the weather today, as nice as it is, it's still what I would consider a post-frontal day. So they're probably not just going to be ready to get in the boat every time you drop on. I'm not seeing them though. That's the thing. If I could see them, I think I could catch them. At least catch 2 or 3 more upgrades. But when you can't see them, it's really hard to know what to do. Keeping my boat in that 20 to 25 range and just staying on the trolling motor. Stay hooked. Stay hooked.
Coming back to you, big guy. That's a giant right there. Come here. Come here. Come here. All right. Come over, I'll give you one. That's a game changer. Come over here, I'll give you one. I don't remember which one it is. Blue's bigger than green. Huh? Blue's a lot bigger. Well, yeah, blue's bigger than green. I think that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here you go. I've got 2. That's one of them. Well, where's your little rock pile at? Yeah, where's it at? I'll go over there. I'm just messing with you. I didn't see you over here yesterday. I fished this yesterday.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, come here, come here, woo! Oh my God, it's a 6-pounder, dude. Boom!
It's the Bassmaster Elite at Lake Champlain, being brought to you live by Skeeter Boats.
That was the highlight of a morning that was pretty much a continuous highlight reel on this place right here. Lake Champlain, 4th stop of the year for the Bassmaster Elite Series. We are deep into day number 2. Competition, moving day. You got to be in the top 40 at the end of this day. But what we have seen so far, Mark Zona on this lake this morning, I mean, we thought yesterday was good. It is off the chain today.
Exactly right. Fair to say, OMG in a big way. Taking a look at our, that's what the kids say, Tommy Sanders.
I hear you.
Take a look at our playing field. Last week we were on the St. Lawrence River, Lake Ontario. This week, right on the border of New York and Vermont, a monster, Lake Champlain. You see Ticonderoga about, call it 70, 80 miles south of our takeoff up there in Plattsburgh, New York, which seems to be where the majority of the action is this time around. Really, the entire tournament has been dominated on the north end of Lake Champlain.
Well, for decades, this particular body of water here has been one of the primo destinations for bass fishing in general and for the Bassmasters in particular. And this time around, it's proving to be a perfect playing field for this very important tournament right as we approach the midway point in our season. So pleased to be with you today. So happy to be able to bring you Bassmaster Live. Tommy Sanders, Mark Zona here in the Bassmaster Studios, and we are ready to go. If it's anything compared to this morning, it will be well worth your time to check it out.
Look, gang, this is the best way to put it. Lake Champlain, every time the Bassmasters goes there, one of the best bodies of water in the country. And today, this morning, it absolutely showed that, no doubt about it.
All right, we got the crew back in place, ready to go here with the second half, taking you all the way to weigh-in time. Over there, Ronnie and Such, Mike Such-Sucon, what are you watching today?
Oh, when you're hot, you're hot. We got 5 guys who finished in the top 10 at St. Louis are back at it here.
A killer top 10 to start this day and now as well. And Ronnie?
I'm looking forward to seeing how our top 8 who are on camera today after day 1 weigh-in, 4 of them caught all smallmouth yesterday, 1 of them caught all largemouth, and we had 3 mixed bags. I want to see how those 5 fish limits pair out for those guys today, whether they target smallmouth, largemouth, or both.
Well, plenty of action going on out on the water right now. We want to kind of fill you in on what the action we've seen so far today, this morning. This is the former champion from here in New York, Brandon Polinick.
And if you're really just tuning into this tournament, it's a kind of pick your poison event. Do you go after a little bit of the more plentiful smallmouth? You dedicate your time to the bigger largemouth, a little bit less of those, or do you mix it up? We're really going to talk about that, break that down the next 3.5 hours. But it seems like watching guys like Brandon Polinick, and there's going to be a host of others that we're covering today, the more plentiful, bigger smallmouth have been on the Vermont side so far in this tournament. Numbers a little more on the New York side.
Just get in here. Just get in this boat. Coming up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome back to live. Welcome back to live. You guys were away, but
Thank you for that, Brandon Polinick. That was one of those smallmouth tanks from here on Lake Champlain. Now to Micah Frazier. He's been super tough the past 2 weeks.
Exactly right. Currently 4th place right here. Micah Frazier with yet another solid smallmouth performance. Winning last year on the St. Lawrence River. Micah Frazier, a man of very few words, but when he says something, you can generally take it to the bank. One of the anglers saying, no. Trust me, by the end of this tournament, smallmouth will dominate and more than likely win the event. Said that after the day 1 weigh-in.
Micah Frazier, don't take your eyes off that guy. Most folks are betting he will be here among the top 10 who will fish on Sunday for the trophy.
Exactly right. Micah Frazier, one of the anglers fishing the inland sea, the Vermont side of Lake Champlain. And really, he just fell on a load of deep water smallmouth. 20 all the way down to 50, 55 feet of water, fishing very near 100 feet of water on Lake Champlain, an area that he feels will reload every day.
Well, you saw at the opening there, Seth Feider with that game changer, largemouth. Earlier this morning, he is in second place right now. When we went to break, we took our time off this morning. He was in a tie with our leader, Davey Hartman. Right now, he is half a pound back.
Seth Feider definitely ahead of schedule early this morning. Want to get some what he calls filler fish, bonus smallmouth early, and then make those upgrades with largemouth on day one. His entire 5 bass limit. That's the deal here, gang. You catch 5 bass and then upgrade from there. Earlier today, the smallmouth showed back up for Seth Feider until he made that transition to the bigger largemouth.
3.5-er.
He says he's a largemouth guy, but he is equally adept at catching both of these subspecies here.
Yes, sir.
It's definitely one of the pre-tournament favorites.
But it was when he made the move to the inland sea, fishing for those better than average size largemouth, catches that one, and then this giant.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, come here, come here, woo-hoo-hoo! Oh my God, oh my God, it's a 6-pounder, dude. Boom! Give me some. Where's Noah?
Boy, what an experience for any angler, let alone someone in the thick at the top of the leaderboard in a major championship. Now to our leader to start this day, and our leader right now, New York native Davey Hartman.
Exactly right, Davey Hartman. If there's ever going to be a problem for Seth Feider this week, it is going to be this guy right here. Cut his teeth fishing Lake Champlain. A lot of regional victories. Posted 2 wins last year, the Bassmaster Elite Series, and landed, here's the best way to put it, landed on the mother lode of smallmouth early this morning, not far from our takeoff.
I could see the hook. Look at that. Right on the...
Followed the same game plan yesterday, was not... It's definitely ahead of schedule today. He caught them bigger and more frequently earlier today.
Well, one of the things that we had yesterday morning, we had a lot of cloud cover mixed with sun, and every time those clouds would come in, a smallmouth, generally a sight feeder, they tend to shut down. Not the case this morning, and a lot of Davey Hartman smallmouth early today, better than average. Really the key on this body of water, you need to scare that 4-pound average mark. Look for that today into the rest of the weekend.
Of course, he was in a tie after Feider caught that giant that we saw just a few moments ago for a good bit of time this morning. And he broke that tie with this fish right here.
Super strong. Maybe not, man. I don't know. So used to looking. Man, he's hooked good too.
This was a big one earlier today with Davey Hartman.
Yeah, oh gosh, he choked it. That works. That's a helper.
That would have afforded him the upgrade to move half a pound, as we say, ahead of Seth Feider as it stands right now.
One of the things with Davey Hartman yesterday, after he caught those largemouth or those smallmouth early,
started out like a flurry. I'm happy to have what I have for sure. It was a quick start today. Well, we had a quick start today, and it's kind of been a little slower since then. Trying to catch a big fish. I've caught plenty of fish in between, but I'm looking for that one more 4-pounder. I'd love 2 more, but I'd love to get 1 more 4-pound smallmouth and then go looking for them largemouth, but I don't have a really good area for the largies that I'm not sure of, but the smallies seem to be biting, so I'm kind of putting my eggs in this basket right now. I still got a bunch of time left. 3 hours and almost 4 hours. So I just love to pluck one of these big smallmouth and keep going and go look around. That was the plan early. I said, I'll get another four pounder pretty quick and be able to go head hunting, but it's not been that easy to get a big bite. Not sure why. I haven't lost any, but just not getting a big bite. They're biting though. They definitely are biting for me. I just poked around in this area right here. We'll see. There's kind of a little sweet spot to it. There's one. That is not big enough. Live action. Come here, sweetie. Dude, I pulled on that fish, and this is the other problem I'm having right here. I yanked on that fish as soon as it bit, just about. And they are just choking it. And I mean straight up, like choking it. Every one of them was way down in there. I mean, it's not terrible when they're big, but I've been able to turn this hook and get him to pop right out, but skinny little guy.
Well, there they are, side by
it's
side.
There he goes.
Leader Jamie Hartman with an 8-ounce advantage over Seth Feider on the right there. Feider started today in third place, a couple of pounds back, cut that lead down, and actually took the lead for a while.
And really a very similar game plan. A lot of folks thought coming into this tournament that it would be a mixed bag deal, smallmouth and largemouth.
Had a good morning so far. Got enough weight to be where I think I need to be. Should be, top 3 after today. And now I'm just hunting for new stuff. Did manage to find one good spot already. Another spot that had some fish on it. We're getting some here and there, but I'm just looking around and trying to find more water for the next 2 days. We got real fortunate. Didn't have to burn my primary area too bad, and now I'm hunting around. And I think I shook off one big one for sure, and got a couple other areas that got some fish in them. I don't think they're anything special, but definitely one good spot. And just looking for more. We got, about 3 more hours. I'm just gonna keep fishing new water, try to, find another place or two that has some big fish on it, and hopefully it'll carry me through the weekend.
Hey, something you don't hear, Tommy.
Just been idling around.
Day 2 of an event, an angler, if you don't follow the Bassmasters, shaking bites off, not setting the hook on them, purposely not putting them in the boat. You know what that means? Life is good
Life
in that
is
boat
good
right now.
for now, at least. He's talking about for Saturday, for Sunday. It is a 4-day event. We'll cut down to the top 40 after today, and only the top 10 after tomorrow. After Saturday's action, will make it to the championship Sunday, and that's the way they are right now, as we say. Jamie Hartman with the lead, not much of one, over Seth Feider, an 8-ounce lead over Seth Feider. Scott Canterbury, last year's Angler of the Year. Wasting no time to get back in the middle of the game right now. Micah Frazier, Brandon Polinick, who we saw just a little bit ago, and some names we will get to later. Please stay with us. We have got a barn burner going on Lake Champlain.
The Bassmaster Elite at Lake Champlain is being brought to you live by Skeeter Boats.
What do a taco and a taco truck have in common? Nothing. If you want to play, you need a Tacoma.
When I'm on the road for work or for fun, I always like to have a reliable generator around. This open frame inverter from Champlain is ideal because it's lighter than a standard open frame generator and more affordable than a traditional inverter. The remote start helps me start up the generator or shut it off without having to leave my camper. It provides essential power for things like charging my boat batteries, also makes life a lot more comfortable for myself and my family.
Introducing the Bass U TV app. Get the most out of your Bass U TV subscription and learn on the go with the Bass U TV app. Unlimited access to 700 plus training videos. Multiple new releases each week, including seminars, on-water videos, live shows, interviews, and other original content. The Bass U TV app. Never stop learning.
Pre-collision system, standard, on the 2020 Tacoma, so you can go from one epic playground to the next. If you want to play, you need the Tacoma.
The Bassmaster Elite at Lake Champlain is brought to you by
Power Pole, Skeeter Boats, Yamaha, and by Toyota.
Today's the day to make a move. We got the full field of 85 fishing again out here for the second day in a row. You got to move into the top 40. Or you're going to beat it on down the road for a ways. You'll be done, wrapped up here. Jamie Hartman, 8-ounce lead over Seth Feider. Boy, it is very tight right now. And you look at our top 10, about 5.5 pounds separate them. That's as wide open as it's been all day. It's usually tighter than that when we come to a place like Champlain.
And it will be tight at the end of the day. Every single, we actually opened the broadcast yesterday on ESPN2. Every time we come here, number one, you have to scare that 4-pound average. For 4 days, you had better be near 80 pounds. The other side is there is never, ever a runaway on this lake like we saw between two anglers last week on Lake Ontario.
Yes, we had a different looking and a different setup for our final day. For our Humminbird lay of the lake and take a look at this 100 miles of incredible water here. 14 miles wide at its widest, 500 square miles, not 500 acres, 500 square miles of fishing on Lake Champlain.
Exactly right. Our Humminbird lay of the lake is a little bit different this time around from years past. All the way up from Plattsburgh, New York, down to Ticonderoga, New York. You're looking at about 75 miles in between. And every time we come here, there are a few anglers that rise down near Ticonderoga. Not this time around. This time around is really all within, call it 15 miles of our takeoff in Plattsburgh.
Like all huge bodies of water in this part of the world, very susceptible to weather, especially when the wind gets up. Luckily for us, this time around, unlike the last day last week, we've had almost perfect weather conditions, a few showers yesterday.
And really, if you look at the weather predominantly that we've had in New York last week, this week, Mother Nature, except for one day, has been very, very kind to our Bassmaster angler, which usually never happens in this part of the country.
Yes. I got to tell you, one time I saw a billboard advertising an aquarium, said, come see how the other 2/3 lives, meaning 2/3 of the world lives underwater. To know what's underwater,